Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene, as always. We'll be joined by our colleagues later on. But I want to take this time to say again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. And if you are listening to us in Liberia, we want to say good evening. Of course, if you are listening to us here in the United States, if that is from the East Coast, we want to say good afternoon. From the Midwest, good afternoon. And from the West Coast, of course, it's 11 o'clock here, 11:11. Precisely. We want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV. And we want to encourage you to share the show. Share the show. As you share the show, we will jumpstart the conversation here. I want to encourage all of us to share the show. It's important. Once you share the show, we jump into the conversation right away. Today, we are going to repeat the question we asked the last time. Are you better off today than you were 4 months ago? Or worse off? So we're going to be asking the Liberian people. We're going to spend at least a significant amount of time on the radio today. Should Melbourne, comes on, and if the calling system is good, I would love to hear more from the Liberian people. And also, I want to encourage everybody that everybody's already here to try to share the show. It's very important. So let's do that. Let's do that right now. No wasting time. Let's share the show, everybody. I know we have a lot going on, but yeah, we are here to discuss it all. So the best you can do for me is to make sure that you share the show. It's important.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care, the parents of them. The welcome my life without care.
I live for health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you if you been you. Say my chenny, Tina get I say my yamu. And you say no money, the more I you. And you love me, the more I
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chide, from Grand to Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bakwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The project is giving us care and the parents of them. The work with my life without care.
I live royalty.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again SKTV menu. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma jamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lofa, and Grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagi ya tumale, esta tiki, ena napagi ya tosi wako maya tumale,
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lopa, and Grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chide, from Grand to Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bakwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in the whole wide world. I want to say thank you to all of you that have shared the show. Many of you have done so. Those of you who are yet to share the show, please go ahead and share the show. It's not too hard. That is the easiest thing you can do. I think one of my colleagues have joined us. I think that's Samson. Samson, are you there?
I'm here, still, I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm okay. As I end, good morning from your end.
Yeah, everything is going good from my end here. So, do we have any thing to share with the Liberian people today? What's going on in Liberia? While we
Just a short update from the ministry. There was a press conference here at the Ministry of Information from the team, the asset recovery and poverty retrieval team. They had a press conference today at the ministry, and the head Councillor Edwin Clay Martins, he talked like the way in which they're going to make sure to provide all of the tenants they need to see how best they can do the job of the Liberian people. He said he's not ahead because of maybe being supporter of Unity Party or being somebody close to any government official within the Unity Party. But he said you are appointed as the head of the team because of a work he had done in the past recent years at the LACC. So And he also said he need about 1.9 million to just to start off the recovery team. Yes, just
Okay.
1 just to start off. And then the other issue after the press conference, we were able to tour the entire ministry. That
Okay.
we saw a lot of leakages. Uh, I mean, the entire ministry is there is no bathroom. I mean, bathroom there, but they are not functioning. Even all of the offices, some of the laptop about maybe the laptop about think maybe 4 laptop in one office and only maybe one will be working. So the minister talked about that and he said he's not blaming any of the past government officials, but the blame goes to the central government because they are the ones supposed to provide the money that will be able to cater to all of those things within the ministry. So in the case he called on the central government, I mean the president, on the executive to provide something that would be able to help improve the ministry. So he said the budget 700,000 for the entire ministry, it will not be enough. So he making sure to talk with the executive, the president, to increase their budget so that he can move the ministry forward. And then another issue that he raised was the Ministry of Information. They have the Liberal News Agency within it, and the Liberal News Agency it
If,
had
if
a
you if you if you know that there's the noise, around you, you can just move. Other than that, because
okay,
that will impede the process. But go ahead.
yeah. So the Liberal News Agency within the ministry, they have their official Facebook page, which was being controlled by the former director of NINA, Liberal News Agency, and it's turning. Let me say, after the new government came, because it was appointee era, so he left and he said he's the one created the page of the Liberal News Agency, so he have authority over it and take the page with him. So so the minister said they're going to take the legal ways. They're going to take it to. They have written the chief justice. Let me say the Ministry of
Ministry of
Justice,
Justice.
the Minister of Justice, Minister of Justice, so that they can take action to see how better they can recover the page as well. So that's all I have for my end here.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you giving out that quick update. President Monk, my brother, how are you, sir?
Seko, and what's up to the listening audience? I know our people are fired up and ready for today's edition of the show. So wherever you are watching from, whether it's Africa, Europe, Australia, continental USA, we say welcome once again to another brand new edition of SKTV.
Thank you, Monk. So Melbourne just communicated with me saying that we'll be joining us shortly. So today, the last time we had the conversation about, whether people were better off today than, a few months ago, that conversation kind of trigger a lot of reaction, and people back home, they wanted us to actually give them enough time for them so they can, tell the Liberian people in the world as to how well they're feeling. But, I wanted to take this time to also recognize few of our people here, because we may not be able to recognize everybody, but those are leaders who have said something to us, at least good afternoon to us, and so forth, so on. Even those that have said where they are watching us from, we got to just recognize their presence. I want to take this time to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Yumotru Kranga, welcome to SKTV. You first, welcome to SKTV. King Ashford, right? Welcome to SKTV. Lovely Pierre Perry. What is so interesting is that SKTV, we have the most committed follower than anybody, any other platform. Sunshine or rain, there are certain people, they will always be on SKTV. I'm so grateful to you guys for that. Because almost every day when I'm reading names, there are some names that they just have to be there. That means a lot to us. Yumoto Kranga, welcome to SKTV. David Lawrence Sumo, welcome, senior, welcome to SKTV. Jackson C. Patrick, welcome to SKTV. And our, reporter who was just giving information, Samson W. We are welcome. Agnes Goyan, welcome to SKTV. Rose Russell, welcome to SKTV. Fumba Toure, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome to SKTV. And also, as always, Orita Zina, welcome to SKTV. Goblazo, all those are people that we expect here, to come on every time SKTV, is on. And also my boy, wow, a lot of people. Mustafa Balo, welcome to SKTV. Yvonne Eo, welcome to SKTV. Linda, welcome to SKTV. Abu Bakar Kamara, that's the coach from right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to SKTV. Ruth Robert, Mapu Dyson, welcome to SKTV. And who else? A lot of people here. Blaman Kone, welcome to SKTV. I think Melbourne was working on something. He just signaled me that he's around. Melbourne, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Then I can bring you live.
24. I'll be on Sunday.
Melbourne, hello.
Let me take this break and cross over to the team, the SKTV family, for the program, the SKTV, right here on Truth FM.
Melbourne, how are you, sir? Hello, Melbourne. Hello. Can you hear me? The new system, Melbourne stay, struggling with the new system. Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
So what I will do, I will mute Melbourne, and then I will, continue recognizing those you people. Melbourne, give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Okay. You good? Okay.
Yeah. I'm good. What's up? What going on?
Yeah, everything's good. We're gonna find you today.
Yeah, in fact, you're not gonna find, but you're not gonna find me because myself I won't find you. But look, today we have been up and down.
You better be happy with me. If you try to find me, then you will be in trouble.
No, I can't find you right now because in fact, right now I can't turn now.
Like I got you got your hand in my mouth. They say,
no. In fact,
let me just say, in my people, they say, if somebody got plenty in your mouth and your hair is there,
yes,
you want to take your hair out, you got to just make them to smile. So
and guess what?
Slowly you can take it out. Other than that, you want to
I can't even do it. They gave me work because you see the jacket on me. See what Live said, look, wear the jacket. See what Live said, wear the jacket so that Sekou can see it and you will know that indeed we are.
No, we are working. I need my own material here for NASA. Yeah, because I'm getting jealous.
Seriously, and I told you, I said, you don't want for Sekou to be talking to me again for the jacket.
Yeah, said, no. I was going to say, I said, maybe that way you were busy doing that, way you even keep on late. Good. But it's okay. I would, you know what? I would do a live behind the scene too.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I
want to stop.
Yeah, but because my one, we have to get all the blame.
Yeah. I would do a live behind the scene for making you to come late.
Yeah. No, actually, we're doing some technical work. Sorry for that. No, okay. For that one, the blame is on me. Yeah.
So, maybe the last time we had the show, I'm still hearing myself a little bit. It's, even though it's low, if it's not disturbing you guys, I'm not sure. Okay. So we had the show the other day. The people said that they really enjoyed the conversation where we were talking about how, whether they were better off now than they were a few months ago. So we are now saying, are you better off today than you were 4 months ago? We choose 4 months because we choose At least Ojoria was in control before the election. Ojoria 6 year was about to expire. Were you better off that time? On November of last year, December, January, February, March. Are you better off now than you were? How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? How do you feel about everything? Whether it is the electricity, rice price, whether it's gas price, whether it's security, whether it's the Zogos, me on the street, everything. Like we will say, all of the above. Are you better off? Do you feel safe or safer than you were? How is everything going in your life? Have your life improved? In fact, we do have a rescue team in power now. The rescue mission, was accomplished. Have you been rescued? Are you feeling good right now in Liberia? So the questions are so many, but the bottom line is, how do you feel right now? Do you feel good? Are you good in terms of, security? So we also like to inform you guys that we will have Honorable Yeke Koluba here on tomorrow, on Friday. Today is Thursday, right? Yes. So Honorable Yeke Koluba will be here tomorrow as our guest. And we have a lot to talk about. So on Saturday, we'll have Honorable Safelejo, the Pape, with vast knowledge about Liberia, Liberian politics, Liberian civil society. He is one of those people that you can run to. He has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to Liberia. And they are talking about professional network, wherein Liberian professionals from all walks of life can be useful citizens in Liberia. They can have the opportunity to carry their expertise into Liberia to change things around. But yeah, again, today I was actually recognizing a few people. Mass SPP, welcome to SKTV. Martha Gay, welcome to SKTV. Esther Clark Fredericks, Riverside Pro. My man, where have you been, my brother? It's been a minute. Riverside Pro, welcome to SKTV. Rhonda Perry, welcome. Comfort Abu to, I met her in Philadelphia the last time, me and Steve. Yeah, she's very energetic. She was working very hard over there doing the CPP Voting Convention. Yeah, Comfort Abu, welcome. Nora Hawks from all the way Iowa. Hey, there's certain people there of SKTV that I know them. I know them. Nora Hawks and her husband, those are some of our biggest fans, they're always with SKTV, regardless. Joshua, my brother, welcome to SKTV. Rochelle Johnson, welcome to SKTV. Abraham Kone, welcome. Koke Dolo, welcome. Asata Odosen Dolo, Dosen, welcome. Edwin Crow, welcome, my brother. Yvonne Eo, welcome to SKTV. Eleanor Davis, welcome to SKTV. Lavricher Wayne, welcome to SKTV. Matilda Stephen, welcome. And she said, good day, SKTV. How are you doing? This is Samra Bright and P. Moses Kiao. Abraham Sanoyoko, that's my brother from all the way San Antonio, Texas. Go Blazo. Randolph Waluba. Yeah, say Jacobs, welcome to SKTV. Sandy Anderson, welcome to SK. I think that's Sandy from all the way Canada. Sandy, welcome to SKTV. Yon Bebo Yon. Pumba Ture already called his name, but he wrote twice. Maybe Kia, welcome to SKTV. William Sabat Davis, welcome to SKTV. And Vango Lanze, they may your knee. Now, oh, Madingo need a nail. Vango Lanze, Madingo General. Vango Lanze, my man, they are near. You pay me, you pay far from giving me hard time to call your name. Mba Ngolanze. Mba Golanze. Mba Golanze, my man. That money go in me, I know, but that one, we gotta go change that name because you don't want to give me problem. Jeremiah Kolai, welcome to SKTV, my brother, from all the way Mississippi Street, Greenville, San Oconte. We want to say thank you to you for what you do. Ernestine Bernard, welcome to SKTV. Solomon Howard, welcome to SKTV. Marion the Shield from all the way Belgium, welcome to SKTV. MC Sankari, welcome to SKTV. You Royal Venokai, welcome to SKTV. Ma Sanvi Son, welcome to SKTV. Alfonso Malba, welcome to SKTV. Samuel Hollywood, welcome to SKTV. My friend and brother, Elder James Bly Jr., welcome to SKTV. Bob Moses Jr., welcome to SKTV. Conan Zole, welcome to SKTV. Duarte, welcome to SKTV. Stoneman, welcome to SKTV. Carton Norris, welcome to SKTV. Boyma Zena Gibson Jr., welcome to SKTV. Ma Abina Gangbe, welcome to SKTV. I'm sorry. Papa Dekudako, welcome to SKTV. Afri Blidi, welcome to SKTV. Lai Fofana, Herbert Faya, Kamara, Mama, you've been a minute from all the way. What you call that place here? I don't know, that Dubai or Qatar, somewhere there in the United Arab Emirates. Welcome to SKTV. Washington Sumo, Wade, welcome to SKTV. And Jacob Daniel, Rachel Denny, D. Harris, Hashlem family, welcome to SKTV. Asata M. Miller, and yeah, Aisha A. Kennedy, welcome to SKTV. I want to say thank you to all of you. I may not be able to call everybody's name, but at least I've tried my best. So today, when we said we're going to be starting earlier today to ask the Liberian people as to what they are doing, actually, we were also opportune to have listened to some of the conversation today at the Ministry of Information. And I think there were a lot of developments. At least I'm loving the start of the Minister of Information when they say that the Ministry of Information will be the main medium, the only medium where Liberians government, will actually be communicating with the Liberian people through, whereby they will invite all agencies and ministries from other sectors of government to come and at least give the information there. It was good. I really enjoyed it, even though there were some things that are questionable, that are reasons for alarm. And also, it was funny when I actually listened to the director, the new director or manager, whatever his title is, for disaster management, Ansu Dole, brother and friend, Ansu Dole, who is I think he's chairman for ACO or former chairman of ACO, I'm not sure. I think he's the chairman of ACO. Yeah, so it was funny because when he took over, he was like, screaming and shouting. You still had that University of Liberia way of, talking. When they're talking, thinking that they're talking to the group of students, they got to be fiery, they got to be, shouting and yelling and, be somehow monotonous, when they're speaking. I don't know why. I don't know if everybody understand what I mean. Being monotonous, it means that people who can be repetitive, saying one thing, one word, so many ways. Like, they always say the same thing. They will be somehow confusing the people with PP book. Yeah, so, but it was good. I really liked the format. But there were some things said when I listened to the new boss from the Access Recovery team. The justifications given in some of the article and provisions of the Liberian Constitution given to him to justify the function and the legitimacy of the Access Recovery team. I didn't think those were laughable, to be honest with you. It seems like they themselves don't even know their function, because around the world, when you say access recovery, that phrase is just a generic phrase, and it has universal meaning. There's no other meaning to access recovery than is known by everybody. So when I say universal meaning, it means that all over the world, when you say access recovery, it means the same thing. Liberia is not a different country. Liberia did not invent or created that English or that phrase for it to have a different meaning. Access recovery is nothing but access recovery. And customarily, access recovery is driven by a lot of methodologies that you can put in place to even begin to do access recovery. The guy's talking about access recovery, he's talking about criminal justice background. Access recovery, you should have a handbook that is considered your term of reference. That should also be available to the public, including those that you're going to go after. So they too will know your limit. They will know exactly what you can do. So access recovery, for the most part, you are going after things that you believe belong to the government of the Republic of Liberia. Not because somebody served in certain capacity in government and then they acquire certain thing because they were poor before, and because they came to government, they acquire certain thing, then definitely everything that they have acquired during their tenure in power, that means everything belongs to the government. No, that's not how it works. Some people, because of certain position, the position can open some opportunity for them somewhere else. They can acquire certain things without stealing. Some people will steal. Let me give you a quick example. One time, Senator Saduse was in America here. He and I spoke. He was traveling to Denver, Colorado. Actually, he was traveling to Seattle, Washington. And then from there, he had to stop in Denver, Colorado, where he got the medical equipment from there. So when we talk about, when you were telling me about some of the bosses he was acquiring, you're going to get, and then we talk about, he was in the warehouse actually. He called me on a video. He showed me some stuff he was getting. And I asked him, how are you getting these things? Are you buying it? Are you getting it for Liberia? Are you getting it for yourself? And how are Liberians going to benefit from this? Is they going to be free for Liberian people? Or what's going to happen? For the sake of, privacy, I'm not going to tell you everything that he told me. But Sir Joseph used his position to get some good deals. Some people call him, there's something in the country, something they call like income donation. Something like material donations, not like the cash. Some people call him and give him some stuff free of charge. Some stuff, he purchased them. And the schools are just a bill. If you're going to investigate, you should be very careful. If Sadus helps use those material for hospital, if you're going to investigate it, you're going to really dive into that, you have to be very careful. Because you don't know. It's going to take time for you to actually distinguish what was acquired personally for him and what you think belongs to the government. So for somebody to even present themselves to say, because we're going to be doing asset recovery, it means that some people there, he was very clear. He said some people there, they never had anything, and then they went in power, and then they were given, the position, and all of a sudden they became millionaires, they built mansions, then automatically those mansions belong to the government. If you try to do that, you are setting up this country for chaos. All the threat, I don't condone the threat coming from CDC or citizens. We all should be law abiding. But you cannot be the government expecting others to abide by the law, to be law abiding, then you using unlawful means to go after people. The law should be blind. And justice should be done to all men, regardless. I'm not mouthpiece or spokesperson for TDCN or anybody, but a witch hunt will not be tolerated because the ramification will not only fix this government, we will all suffer the consequences should there be any problem. So whatever you can do to avoid those kinds of problems, you should do it. This thing is not about challenging. You beating your church, you beat your church, other people beat their church. That's not how you're going to run the government. And I want the Joseph Nyimabuaga government to know one thing. Anytime there's a problem, anytime there is, chaos, who tend to lose more is the government in power. Because every time there's noise, every time there's chaos, people don't work, people don't go to their market, open market, people don't sell, people don't go out to go look for their daily bread. Once that is happening, that will take away from you as a government. It will impact your revenue collection. It will impact your functioning as a government. It will also play on you from the international level. Nobody's going to see a country in chaos and run there with your money for development. No entrepreneurs, no private sector's investor will come in the country if you are engaged in chaos. We told the CDC the same thing. When people were making, protests, CDC were planning to conduct protests. They started it very, very early of their government. That's why people didn't go in that country to invest, because the country was engulfed in chaos throughout the 6 years. Nobody to trust. People believed that the country would be, in total chaos, so they didn't want to go and invest their money in there. So you, as a government, you should not set the stage for chaos. Not because you got the police at your disposal, not because you got the military at your disposal and other security apparatus. Because here is the thing. Liberia, we're all the same. The people that you're calling out police, they're not going to be police just for you. They're not just going to go and attack everybody because that person is standing up against the government. Trust me. That person in the opposition, they got their brothers and sisters and other family in the police. That person from the CDC, from other parties, they get family everywhere. Even the family that you are going to be attacking over there, they got somebody in the EPS close to the president. We are all, connected. We are family. Should there be anything they want to do in terms of punishment, it should be legal, it should be lawful, it should make sense also. People are not stupid. One of the reasons why I said that the Liberian government does not have a priority is because they are confusing everybody, jumping on everything. Before you even talk about asset recovery. And he said something today, that things that were already reported to the government 5 years ago, they cannot go after those things. But they can go after those things then, even in more than 10 years or whatsoever, that were not investigated or they were not submitted, to the government. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why you want to confuse the people? In fact, there should be a clear law that will somehow talk about statute of limitation of what you do. So you shouldn't. So now, who is to suggest now? This guy telling us that, okay, John Molu did his auditing. Everybody that was found liable, or everybody they believe at then that they had something for the Liberian people, because that was 5 years ago. That was before Jowia took over, so that means Duponen will forgive them. Really. All the people that got rich under early government, Ellen government that Ellen Hussein agreed that the government was corrupt, that corruption was a vampire, that corruption was public enemy number one. All that corruption should be swept on the carpet because already past 5 years. You already get the role in your hand. You say the other role here, I can't put that one in jail. I'm going to go look for the new role then. That doesn't make sense. It will be considered as witch hunt. Monk, we'll start this conversation, the actual conversation with the Liberian people after the news bulletin. But before we do you have anything to say when it comes to the of Liberia?
Well, from what I've been observing over the past couple of days, we said it on the show yesterday, and Mr. Maulo was the one that climaxed the argument that the opposition or people that just left power are sensing vulnerability. It seems like Bouaka is not in control, and he's confirming it every day that he's not in control. Yeah. We told the Liberian people, in as much as we want fairness and transparency, there are rules and regulations, there are guidelines that govern asset recovery. And Joseph Bouaka is not even leaning in that direction as of yet. So it's literally turning into a partisan witch hunt. We tell people any positive thing that Joseph Bouaka engaged into, we will tote his own on SKTV. But we are not going to play quarterback knowing fully well that things are not going. When it comes to the tenure position, if it was to go to the Supreme Court want to be fair and balanced. The Bouaka administration is going to lose that fight. They're going to lose that fight, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to asset recovery, the methodology, the system, the rules and regulations that must be met, they are yet to engage into that. So technically, I would consider it as a witch hunt at the present moment in time until something changed. Let me tell you something, Sekou. Kalasco wrote something. I'm not a fan of sedition. I will never be a fan of CDC, but Kalasco wrote something that was very profound on his page. He said, we are living in sad times. Our law are no longer respected, and the court now carry no weight. The overreach of the executive mansion has become a commonplace in the last 3 months of the Bouaka administration. No one is spared, not even those with constitutional authority to hold onto their tenure jobs or civil servant who ought to be below the president's authority to appoint or dismiss. This is an onerous trend. It seems like the new governor, have amnesia and have quickly forgotten Liberia's history. All dictatorial tendencies have provoked civil unrest. President Bouaka needs to be careful and not to cave into the thirst for job for some of his hungry followers. He might, by his action, invoke upon himself one of the biggest post-war protests, which could threaten the peace. You will think they focus on rising U.S. rates, skyrocketing commodity prices, but Bouaka is instead desperate, trying to pay his confidence at the expense of the country's heart and peace. Early and we are wearing weak, they instead had an overarching desire to maintain the peace. It seems like Bouaka doesn't care. And with all these violations of our law, several group religious leaders, the U.S. embassy near Monrovia are all tight-lipped. This is troubling. Even the Supreme Court has placed stay order on tenure position, but yet Bouaka and his government seem to care less. That's the truth. That's the honest truth coming from Kalasco. It's so profound, and he said it all. So for now, before we can go to the prayer, the only thing I have to say, and you talk about if people are better off now as compared to 4 months ago, but there's a scatching indictment from the World Bank. We have that report here, and the budget. I always give the old man the benefit of the doubt. I call him the elder statesman because of his age and the length of time he's serving government. But it seems like this administration is tone deaf to reality, because the World Bank, they came up with a report. They highlighted all the sector. Look, they said 1 million people, 1 million Liberians live in extreme poverty, and 2.5 million live in absolute poverty, bringing the total to more than 3.5 million Liberians. When I look at this budget, that's why we tell people on SKTV, support this platform. We will do the work. We will do the due diligence. We will do deep diving. I get the figure out that the budget is 527 pages. So not too many people will have the time to go and dig into what they put in there. But that's a lot. We on SKTV, there's a research center, not only a media center. We went into it, and it seems like this government is not ready for prime time, because the way how they allocated the budget. Can you imagine? Let me just give you one instant before Melbourne can take a break. Just to finance the debt of Liberia, the government will be spending 20% of their expenditure, which amount to, I think, 128 million. Do you know what they put in capital investment that will help to improve the country? 7%. So you are telling me you will spend 3 times more money to pay interest on the debt Liberia accumulated as compared to how much you will invest in the country to make people's life better. Look, I'm disappointed for now. I don't know. Maybe Joseph Boakai got some miracles off his sleep, but every indicator seems like this old man, he's not ready for prime time. And I think Simon Freeman said it well. I don't know if it's an age issue or capability issue or leadership issue, but from all indicators, it's like we don't know where we are headed at the moment. When
it is all of the above.
Yeah, I will stop there for now.
All of the above. And Monk, thank you so much. So the news bulletin is on now. Melbourne, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, you on the news bulletin now? Okay. So we're not going to be saying anything to Melbourne. Melbourne, just give a signal, or maybe we should just get him off so it can be distracting the people. Melbourne, when you're ready, just give a thumbs up. We will bring you. So Monk, I couldn't agree with you more. My fear is that Liberia is on a time bomb that is something that I'm afraid of. And to agree with you, the president is not in control. We all know that. Even those that are beating our chest telling the president the law is the law, we will use the law, we're not going to use violence, we're not going to use this, we're not going to use that. You know Liberia. You know Liberia. You know Liberians, you know the mindset. And you know that this country is heavily divided. Forget about those that didn't vote, but those that voted. They were evenly split between the CDC and the Unity Party. Forget about those from the other parties that are hurt. Those from the other party that don't like the Unity Party. Those from other party that don't like Joseph Nima Boakai. That don't like some people within the Joseph Nima Boakai inner cycle. Forget about those. Forget about everybody that participated in the last election. But you have to understand, when you talk about war and economic crimes code, Prince Johnson issue a threat. You haven't investigated that yet. You don't care to find out as to what he is actually banking on when he said they will destabilize the country should you decide to go with the war and economic crimes code.
Yeah, he confirmed it again today.
Yeah. I think we have that. We played that video on SKTV and then we will play it again.
Yep.
Not only that, you want protest? You want chaos in the country? When you have military people, you as Joseph Boakai said, telling us the military people, women didn't think what they were doing, it was their husband that told them to do it. You think they will be in your interest, they will be doing that? You just betrayal or military chief of staff. You told the man to resign at young age from the military, and you make him Minister of Defense and then dismiss him? You want chaos in Liberia? You see EPS officer resigning every day? So you want chaos. You want people who are telling Joseph Boakai, let people do whatever they want to do. No way. They don't love Liberia. For them, they can do that just to maintain their job. You don't want any chaos in Liberia at this point. You don't want any chaos in Liberia at this point. Anything that will bring civil unrest in Liberia, you don't want it. That's why we are not saying that don't carry on asset recovery. We are not saying don't recover Liberian people property from people that stole them. We are telling you, you should do it legally. You should do it fairly. You should do it with transparency, so that you will not come across as people who are witch hunting other people, that you're trying to go after other government, especially appointing people to go after the former government, people that were dismissed, people that were campaigning against them, people that they exchange harsh rhetoric among and against each other. Clearly, Joseph Boakai is not in control. But that's not a surprise to me. That is something that we know. We were very clear. We were very emphatic. We said Joseph Boakai does not know what's going on. I even said that Joseph Boakai was a victim. My other colleague didn't agree with me. They say, the man is a crow, the man is that. The man is not that man, whether the man can be crow, the man can agree with the Utino, but the man is not in control. Same way Joseph say, I was here doing my thing, they put to me, I'm going to run for president, and they exploited the country. Joey was just a picture. Those that did it, where are they today? You're not even hearing them. Undercover, they're reaching out to the Unity Party. They just go from government to government. Where are Joey's advisors? I saw something today. Somebody sent me a video. Joey doing muya, ja, away to Amanda. What is this? I don't like to block people, but you can't come bring virus to our platform. Yeah.
Follow him, man. He's single. I don't know who's that.
Yeah, I don't know what that person want to say. The single, the 500, this. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so I try to take that off. So Joseph Boakai is not in control. His people, they get angry when you say it, but they are not smart enough to know it. They don't have eyes to see. They don't have ears to listen to what's going on in the country. Up to where we are, Joseph Boakai stays struggling to form his government. Up to where we are. It's like they weren't sure of winning because they were not prepared after winning. So let us be careful as a country. Mong, the last time you said you wanted us to talk about this whole asset recovery thing, I told you guys that we can talk about it, but these are the Boakai people, they are yet to show us, their term of reference the document, the working document, not for the lawyer to be going all over the place, try to confuse everybody, quoting laws that are not applicable to the process, talking about things that have nothing to do with the recovery process. I can tell you clearly that this particular assets recovery group, they were funded for two reasons. Joe Boga trying to open space for everybody to get a job. Some of the people then that really campaigned and supported him, that they were promised. Some of the people then that actually supported Joseph Boakai behind the scene. Some of them did it in public. Some of them that undermined the past government. They were promised to give them job. They just want to create space for everybody. And you cannot undermine the peace of the country. You cannot put the country in chaos simply because you want to satisfy a handful of people. It's clear, it is very, very clear that this particular idea of asset recovery at this point, I thought this thing would have started with some kind of auditing first. You audit, the audit will lead you to how things went bad. When you audit, if somebody is guilty of anything, they cannot provide certain information, needed information, then that will prompt an investigation. And through the investigation, it could lead to a court process. Through the court process, people will found guilty of mismanagement, of corruption, of stealing. Then that time now you already know that people there who took what from where. Then you form a team now to recover things that were taken. But this is a clear witch hunt. It's an art to go after CDC people. It's planned. I mean, this is just like people coming into power with no plan to change the country after they have talked a lot that they're going to rescue the country, and they have no way of rescuing the country. So they just found somewhere to create chaos and blame that for their, I would not say just among performance because it stayed all too early, but to prove to the world that they have nothing to offer to Liberia. That's why you want to engage in this witch hunt to create chaos. So now you can blame the past government, the people that didn't do good. Now we try to face things, they're trying to create chaos. You are the one that creating chaos. That recovery team, it has no use right now. It has no use. You just want to create chaos to confuse everybody. People can say, oh, CDC people, they run the country badly. Now that Joseph Boakai took power, they won't be protesting, they won't be doing, but you are the one that creating avenue for that. So let's agree the assets recovery, is joining one quest to bring, to fight corruption. Joseph Boakai, you just appointed your nephew, Jacob Akwali, the other day, last week, to be the chairman of the board of directors. Your son is going around appointing people under your name. Your son is going around sending his people to all the agencies. I mean, just yesterday, they said, Joseph Boakai is standing for accountability and transparency. You're supposed to declare your asset to the Liberian people. You never declare your asset, then you are recovering assets. Come on, huh? You can't do that. So how do we know why Joseph Boakai hired before he took power? How do we know? Oh, okay, you want Joseph Boakai to spend maybe, 1 year, 2 years. After we have acquired everything now, then you put some other thing in, you backdate and say we are doing things we acquired before you came to power. Musa Belete is a good example. Anything more than what Musa Belete had right now in 2024 right now, 2027, we will go back and ask him. We will know if Musa Belete now worth more than $32 million. We will know whether Musa Belete have paid the $11 million that he owes the banks. At least those are public documents now, we all know. President never set example to declare his asset. Your way going after you and your way are the same. You didn't do better than him. You all behave the same way. You kept your assets secret. Nobody knows what Joseph Boakai. Anyway, Joseph Boakai told the board that he was living on loan for his upkeeping. And eventually we found out that he was not even living on loan from Serious Bank, but the bank was still on Witherspoon, and the agent to collect the money was Henry Costa. Just yesterday. How can Joseph Boakai even talk about asset recovery when you are in bed with Stanton Witherspoon? Hey God, what kind of country is Liberia, man?
Yeah, it's a sick country. It's a sick place.
For people to even be proud to talk about this asset recovery thing. What are you doing that for? You want to fight corruption, but yes, you are fighting corruption in Liberia, but then you are aiding and abetting corruption in America. You're supposed to be president. You are in bed with somebody who is convicted, who said, yes, I committed crime. My intention is not to go after Stanton Witherspoon. At least he's not relevant in this conversation. But what we're trying to say here is that justice anywhere is justice everywhere. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. If you want to be taken seriously, you should be taken seriously from all of your dealings. In fact, if Joseph Boakai government had anything that had to do with moral, the fact that Stanton Witherspoon sits on that platform, and that's the platform your government is using, criminal platform. You're using that to disseminate your information, knowing the fact that this man is guilty of stealing. This man stole over $100 million from the United States government. This man defrauded the healthcare system. You know all of that. Not only that it is an allegation, but this man went to court. He confessed. He said, yes, I did it. I'm sorry. He's supposed to go to jail for 20 years. We were even informed that Stanton is still using some of the money, some kind of way, buying time. Some people even saying that he could eventually go to house arrest with the ankle bracelet on his foot. I was talking to somebody when the person asked me about what is the ankle bracelet. I said something that if you go past certain proximity, it will alarm and police will come and arrest you. So the person is like, oh, so they come and put doorbell on the mail phone? We laugh about it. So they put in doorbell on the mail phone because when you pass, when you transport it was something that will alarm. But the fact that You people are proud to associate with somebody who defrauded another country, another government, who infiltrated the healthcare system, who brought shame to Liberia. But you are in bed with that, and you want to go after some people that you consider as criminal. Where is the moral? Where is the moral compass? Where is the integrity? On what ground? On what moral ground you can go after? Let me tell you something. Let Joseph Boakai do something else, man. Pay attention to something. This fight, you cannot win it. This fight, you cannot win it. Just do something else. Pay attention to the road, no car will hit in the mud. Pay attention to bringing the rice price down. Pay attention to improving the electricity in the country. All of which Jowia failed. You don't even have to, go after Jowia to prove him wrong. Just do things that Jowia failed to accomplish. You will be celebrated. Liberian people will celebrate you. They will remember you. You go down in history as one of the best presidents. But as is right now, if you continue on this path, Joseph Boakai will go down as one of the worst presidents in the history of Liberia, who took power and engulfed the country. Who took power and had no situation? Who took power when they didn't know where to start from? Somebody may overlook Glasgow. That writer is like somebody writing book. When you hear somebody writing book, it doesn't mean that that person solely did everything to make that book a good book. No, that's not how it works. You can write a book. You can send it to people. They got different companies. They will edit it. They will add. They will subtract. They will give you the final work. Once you say that's exactly what you want, it is your write-up. This is your idea. Everything in there is yours, but they can make it fine, to make it look like, to make it attractive.
Oh yeah, the publishers.
More than the publishers. So if Glasgow posted something, don't look at Glasgow. Look at the message in there. As long people read it and it makes sense to them, they're not looking at Glasgow anymore. They're looking at things that he's saying. And those things, they make sense. They make sense. They are sending message to the so-called religious people, so-called United States moral police, so-called police for democracy. Yesterday night, people there, they don't know what they're doing. People there, they leaving their job, trying to create problem for our country. Yesterday night, when I hear you talking to you, that was exactly what he's saying. And if you were doing it legally, you were doing it with some sense of reasoning, when you were doing it in a manner that would make sense to people, then you will say, anyway, we always join you. You say, well, Jowia, they did nothing. You cannot come and you run the country for 6 years and do nothing, then you won't bring violence. But at this point, Joseph Boakai, you run for forming this group, they call them, whatever they call it, asset recovery group. They got nothing to recover. If they had to recover anything, let them start with the ones that have been clarified in the past, that these people, they actually took from Liberia. Recover those first. While you investigate the past government. The government before that, the one what they stole, it still belongs to Liberia. If the president is exempted, because if the statute of limitation says, if a president, because Liberia constitution is one of the stupid constitution I ever seen in my life. They say when you president, so long you not resign and you not impeach, So long you're not impeached for your position, all the things you do, your presidential finish, they can't go after you for that. What kind of country is that? You also want to be worrying about constitutional reform. To change the constitution. The things that are not working, you move them. The ones that are working, you improve it. But you're there just making sure everybody gets on job at the expense of other people. It's not going to work. So, Monk, I'll go back to you, then we'll go to Liberia.
You know, on SKTV is one of the reasons most of them became uncomfortable. They left the show after this election because we are not interested in playing politics here.
No.
Things that we say here, they are the truth. You know, when I read the World Bank report, then I started reflecting. I said, I see why CDC government came with the idea of pro-poll. Because from my understanding, pro-poll means you are professional in poverty, and that's exactly what they did. The World Bank assessment after 5 years to 6 years, they said we are more impoverished now than we were under the previous administration. So I went back to the acronym of Joseph Boakai whole vision. They call it ARREST. ARREST, agriculture, rules of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. So when I went to the budget to go and review, I said, yeah, I think Joseph Boakai is about to arrest himself. Or yeah, that's what came to my mind, because just looking at the budget, you know, the budget gave you a picture of the president's vision. It gets a financial statement, but that financial statement will tell you a lot about what's in the mind of the leader as to what you want to achieve. If you came with an acronym of ARREST and you look at the budget and these things are not even reflective in the budget, then what it says about you? We talk about something we call flooding the zone. You can remember we're talking the show one time and say, Sekou, it's a media strategy. When the media lies or get caught up in a bunch of lies, they get something a strategy they call the flooding the zone, where you put so many things on the TV that people cannot keep track of one issue. When you just push, you know, every 10 minutes, get breaking news, something happened here, breaking news, something happened here on purpose. So that way you cannot keep track of the most important thing happening during the day. That's what's happening here. We talk about the whole issue of asset recovery, whether it's war and economic crime code, whether it's for the missing millions, the contradiction from the President's State of the Union address versus what CDC government left in power. Now, think about this. We say on the show that we still come up with this idea of the asset recovery, the step-by-step procedure, right? You said something very profound a few minutes ago. How can a man that failed to declare his asset go about asset recovery? And when you go into asset recovery, asset declaration is one of the most fundamental aspects of asset recovery. It's almost like someone is trying to build a house without a blueprint. That's how it is. Joseph Boakai submitted his asset. He never declared. When they say asset declaration, means a public declaration of your asset. Like what Musa Belete did, that's asset declaration. That the common man can go and do his own research and check it line by line. He never did that. He followed the same example of George Weah. George Weah did it intentionally. And we expect that Joseph Boakai, who was supposed to be better than George Weah, he did exactly. And he did it with an ulterior motive. We all know the motive behind as to why he declared he submitted his asset rather than declaring his asset. And yet it's a man telling you, look, this old man is not serious for anything. He's not in control, and it's evidently clear. Let me tell the audience one thing. The budget that was submitted, the budget, right? Are you aware that the Boakai administration, they appropriated $21 million in Joseph Boakai 12-point deliverable, which we all know going to fail because we are in the 60th. They allocated $21 million for the so-called 100-day deliverable when Joseph Boakai not even established his own government in the first 60 days.
Yeah.
So that $21 million going in breeze, because we all know it's still on arrival. Because a president with a 100-day vision that want to set the tone or the platform for administration, you cannot be going into 60 days, into your first 60 days, and you cannot even get hold of your own nomination process. So you know it's already dead. But guess what? $21 million of taxpayer resources is going to that effort. But let's go to the callers and we'll take it from there.
Yes, so Mabon, go ahead and start to set up the Studio B for the callers. I know your phone are already blinking right now. Whatever you can do to make sure that we get our people and they have time to talk. So let me say this before.
So let's do it here quick. Let's try this side and see if it works.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So let me see if I may get to the first caller because the line. Oh, let's start blinking like you said. To this caller, good evening.
And let me say good evening to the SKTV family. This is Daniel Johnson from Habel Firestone.
Okay.
Respectfully, let me disagree with one of the panelists of SKTV who said Joseph Boakai came to or let's say restoration. You see, in education, the budget was increased from 8 million to 105. You see, in healthcare, the budget was increased. In agriculture, the budget was increased. Then you want to tell me that Joe Boakai restoration himself? Look,
Yeah.
tell the Liberian people, get the government change and see the impact the government is about to make.
The call is breaking, Mabel. We're not getting it.
So in Brockton, say yes, this old man Joe Boakai been working for this country. And we're all
Sekou, are you getting us?
No, we are not.
All right. Yeah. So okay. So let me just transition to Studio B.
Yeah, please transition to Studio B. To Studio B while we want to make sure we hear the people actually. So yes, let us know. Yeah, let us know if you have somebody there going there, that would be good. So to our SKTV family and those of you working in the back, please do not silence or mute those guys who are insulting us. Let them be here. Give them the chance to express themselves. That is part of our democratic system. Give them a chance to say what they want to say, to do what they want to do. Because we know truth can hurt. And the reason why they don't like SKTV is because we tell the truth. And it seems like no government going to like SKTV unless you are a government for the people. Unless you are a government that is working in the interest of the Liberian people. But I don't think any government will like us because they don't like you to inform the world about their behavior, about their corrupt attitude, about their lapses, about their funny things when they start to do it. When you shine light on it, they don't like that. They think everybody should just remain stupid, confused, and not knowing what's going on. We are not here for that. So while we try to get Mabel, I want to play this video by Prince Johnson so that we can.
I want to give her. Anyway, let Mabel get on the radio.
No. Go, yeah. No, but we stay on the radio, so you can say whatever you want to say.
Yes, why? You remember when Dylan made that post about the budget, about the cuts? It was done for a strategic reason. The goal was to put people in the pressure. I myself commented on that post. I said, red step in the right direction, but it's a drop in the bucket. It will not change anything. You know what they did with this budget? Let me just show you what Dylan posted. Let me read what Dylan posted. He said the Ministry of State budget reduced from 20 million to 9 million. The office of the president reduced from 4.4 million to 2 million. The vice president budget reduced from 4 million to 2 million. The legislature reduced from 67 to 38 million. The pro tem budget reduced from 4 million to 1.2. The speaker budget reduced from 2.2 to 1.6. The deputy speaker budget reduced from 1 million to 515K. Then he said increases. Ministry of Education increased from 98 to 105. That's a 7 million increase. The University of Liberia increased from 30 million to 32 million. That's a $2 million increase. The agriculture increased from 4 million to 5 million. That's just a $1 million increase, right? The health sector increased from 64 to 75.
So
All right.
we are on the radio now.
Yes.
Monk, I think Melbourne is ready. So I will take this video from there. We'll play the video later on. Let the video is moving. Melbourne, we can do some adjustment over there. We're hearing feedback. Very bad. Okay. Melbourne, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, you look good over there. Everything looking good right now. So, do you want us to play the Prince Johnson video of today, and before we go to the? Okay.
Yes,
So,
I think that would be good.
Monk.
Yep.
You want to end your thought? Finish your thought.
I want to end that thought. You know what they did? The reason Delon was very quick to post that stuff, that's the impression they wanted to create. Second, when you and started talking about increasing budget for you to improve or prioritize education and healthcare, when I say second, if you want to improve education, right? Improve education, you're talking about equipment, you're talking about increasing teacher salaries, right? You're talking about bringing about maybe or curriculum reform or building new schools. There's how you're supposed to improve the educational sector, right? That's what the average person would think. But guess what? All this amount is still going to payroll with no major improvement. So when the average person see that, they will say, yeah, but it meaning they up to something better because they did a cut. But you know what they did? They took the extra cut and pull it into areas where they will get kickbacks. Let me tell you, let me give you some instances. Let me give you one example here. Look, we got professional criminals in our country. Yeah. You know, they get something like, bro, they got something they call goods and services. And guess when you look at the budget, you always see it on the lawmakers' budget, right? They are goods and services. You don't know what the goods and services are about. They will tell you this and that. Guess what? Everywhere there is kickback in that budget, they double or even triple the amount. That's exactly what happened. So on the surface, it looked like a cut, but that's not a genuine cut. Let me give you one example. The caller talked about agriculture. If the World Bank is telling you that agriculture has been stagnant and is one of the industries that could literally turn Liberia around, you only increase agriculture from 4 million to 1 million, but to 5 million. How is that supposed to improve agriculture in Liberia? And you sort of call that a cut or an improvement. Look, let's go to the people that we hear from there. I just want to respond to that first caller because we got more about the budget. You won't even believe some of the things that happen in that budget.
Thank you so much. So maybe also we should play the 4-minute video from Prince Johnson today because somebody, Prince Johnson threatened the other day that you're not going to support Jan Tonya, and you know what? Let's do that later on. Maybe let's take some calls.
All right, 0778 339682. That's the number to call. 0778 339682. Call in to be part of the show right here on Truth FM 96.1. Again, 0778 339682. That's the number to call. Let me see. I better to get to this caller. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my brother. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Okay, go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, but you know, one thing about JRSKT here, I like the one that do in the side, what he can send to Miami or to y'all criticize the government also put that in. You don't be a criticize like that. This budget, even the serious division, they are praising. When it comes to what our door in this budget, then you tell that.
So hello. Saying I want to listen. I gave you the time for you to talk. So this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, we're great. Thank God. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
For those who give you the way to get for yourself. You know, I'm listening to a script over the entire history. Today, in fact, personally, the after recovery team are saying that it is not time for the workers to know the after recovery team before. It is not exactly. Or you see the point that there, that the people that are here are just asking us to go for 2 minutes. That is
All right. So you said maybe fighting on what to say. Let me take another caller. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, this is the boss of John Marple, and I'm trying from the one Martin History one.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I want to say this to Sekou and his man. You know, in land, you have to give somebody chance. When you give them power, you have to give them chance. President Walker came to rescue the country. He not came to pull the country into a mess. We're looking at the budget, the cut on that budget, certain ministry that would know that the people have been crying that the ministry are not improving when it comes to the budget, the agriculture and health. All get saved, not to be flying to India or to be flying to China, for treatment. At least they want to know the health sector is okay. When you go there, you earn the sleep tablet. But on your stays here, you go to JFK, to refer you to Lucky Pharmacy. So why would we want for the country to be running? And we're telling your man SK, let it bring that only out there on the table. Let it then sit there and then start criticizing every day they come and criticize. What are they only out there? What are they thinking about this country?
All right. Thank you so much. What are they thinking about this country? That's what they are talking. Because they want the country to get better. So this caller, good evening. Hello? 077-833-9682. Let me see to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Babolo Swa, calling from Mauritius, Swapinville.
Go ahead, boss.
So a little laughable when you hear people saying that Waka Kilo rescue Liberia. You give the rescue Liberia the money you cut from the budget. You are putting that money red to say what's the error. That is whatever benefit from it. They will know that you're serious, but you take the money, you say you give on compensation for elected or appointed government official. You're not serious.
Oh.
Let us say whatever you feel salary, they will know that you're ready to rescue the country.
Thank you so much.
We got a breaking.
So this caller, good evening.
We got a breaking news. I want to to hold the line, then we can just say that, and then we'll continue with the calls. So maybe we're not hearing me.
So let me say thank you to your studio guests and thank you to the who are listening. There are a lot of issues as an individual that I see that Ambassador Joseph Nyamabwaka, President of the Republic of Liberia, so strongly himself. He's strongly himself very soon because there are lots of things that he's engaged into. And this man gave us 90 days deliverable.
100.
He's engaged into 100 days, sorry, thank you. 100 days deliverable. Of the 100 days, he got 60 days. So we got 40 days more into his 100 days deliverable. And in his 60 days of administration, he's stabilizing himself. He has created opportunity, he has created systems that tomorrow might not take effect. And they will never be achieved. They will never be achieving it. Like, for example, the asset recovery we are talking about. Yes, you want to recover assets. The asset. What was your public disclosure of your assets? That's one. And then next to that, we have the World Economic Council that were proposed. Now, our senators are setting down all that things squarely. And I can assure you, this guy will not sign it because at the House of Senate, you have 50% of the guys who committed atrocity in the country, the guy who stole from us, the guy who killed, they are in the Senate. They will never approve these things. Because who is waiting now to send a set of votes? Who is waiting now to send a set of votes?
Neighbor, if you can hear me, just 1 minute, okay?
That stole from us, that kill our relatives, they will never sign that World Economic Council.
Neighbor is not hearing me.
Into that branch. A friend of mine was telling me, and if I say you will World Economic Council, he has achieved that. I said that's not achievement. Until these guys have been prosecuted and sent to court and sent to jail.
All right. Thank you so much. So let me take the other caller. Good evening.
Yeah, SKTV, how are you, man?
We are good. Thank God. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole budget, I look at that budget to be right? Now, this honorable Parker and other people claim that the key here to rescue us, the key to change our lives. The president, we are providing $4 million for instance to agriculture. The honorable Parker show that the key to rescue us, at least you don't have a man. Then you have an argument to say, okay, we'll give them $4 million, but we don't have $4 million, additional $4 million. But you say you need to change us. The same $4 million at present, where was it? You say you want to I won't be the only people to me around the whole agriculture budget increase. Increase on what? What? When people are taking big salary around, go and read that budget. They share money everywhere. At the end of the day, they see people go and take the money from where they put it in and don't be around the whole or the budget. The other person call a budget. This government is not real. They are not sincere. They see something they were doing opposite the thing the government is doing. They see they got to be real to us. We let the honorable Baka to come and change our lives. They're not to be doing something and being things. They have to stop that. They have to turn that budget and wait and bring that sincere budget to us to uplift our life of poverty. But the particular budget, trust me, you can even do the budget for the next 10 years. Nothing will come out of the budget. Everything will just go in the pocket. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part of the broadcast. Liberians are speaking.
Mabon, can you hear me?
Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and where you are.
System here, then it's not correct.
The asset declaration came from the act of the code of conduct in 2014 that were passed. And I want the law says, and this is what Waka has, that is a red flag for the other arrangement for rule of law. What the law says is right, nothing you should submit it to LACC. The law did not say you must not already and give it a simple rule. Simple, please go and read it. So that was the act of the code of conduct.
All right, thank you so much. You have responded. Oh, they got to do just look. Anytime we're coming back on app, please remember in Liberia. Today's caller, good evening.
I want to break the news, but Mabon instead enjoying the course.
About the man, I got get up to chance to talk. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. This is Charles Cooper, right?
Yeah, this is Charles Cooper. I call personally from Cherrysburg.
Okay, Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, let me first say thank you to the panelists, Steve and Sekou. And I think we are following the happening within the government. Maybe we from the ANC angle, we want to give Waka the KMP on ample time to see how well he will affect this nation. They right see we are not talking too much. Because our principal, Mr. Rezonan Benedict Kumi, the most of them are Liberian politicians and sophisticated Liberian politicians said, we want us to give Boga maybe 1 year plus to see how well Boga will set the pace and bring in some changes to Liberia. So you are not here talking too much, but I just want to say 50 about the budget. I want to say thank you firstly to Boga for increasing the budget, especially about the educational area. From 98 million to 105. I think there's about 7 million increase. But maybe we want to see the trickle-down effect of that increment in the lives of the teacher. Maybe you may be aware, in our country, teachers are being marginalized.
Teachers say making $10,000 Liberian dollars.
Yes, and in the governmental sector, when everything around 375, I don't know what the world on president we are, but we are there in the advocacy that at least public school teachers who have done their BSc maybe should not take on less than $500 or this Liberian equivalent.
All right.
You cannot go to school as a professional teacher and you cannot earn $500 one minister earning 5,000, 2,500, 700. I think that's fair, and we need public transportation for public school teachers. Most of our public schools do not have transportation for our teachers. So I hope that increment will be used in such direction to increase all BSc teachers and you can find and provide public transportation for all public school teachers.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Charles Cooper of the ANC. And you're listening that in fact the ANC they are a little bit quiet because they are observing and ministers are making 5,000. What teacher?
Hello, Mabon.
Well,
hello. I tested Mabon. I've called him.
Yeah,
Mabon,
yeah, but good evening. Your name and from where you are?
Yeah, I'm Chief calling from the Mangi area.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for your talking point. And let me send a strong appreciation to my brother in Ezra. They are doing excellent work by informing the Liberian people. So the issue of the budget, to be honest, it is unrealistic, 100% unrealistic. The woman, to be honest, she didn't do well for the Liberian people, most especially the ordinary people who is the civil servant. Because we're all around here preaching that
Preaching for salary increasement.
Yeah, people money were being caught by the past government.
You come and pay a call your vote.
Yes, looking at the budget holistically is unrealistic when it comes to the issue of civil servant salary. Right now, civil servants are still struggling to even identify whether they will even get the actual salary that they get in the past, or they're going to get the previous salary they need to get. But taking into consideration the issue of asset declaration, I can remember the CEO of 2FM. He make it public. We know how much he owes in this country. We know how much money he owes in this country. We know how much the Diadora man owe in the country. The president, he shouldn't claim mockery on the Liberian people. Let him make it clear that we know how much he owes. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I don't know, Steve, Sekou, another month. We have probably about 9 more minutes. So I don't want to get
it's okay. Stop it.
Maybe you can respond to some of the.
Yeah, stop it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. So thank you, Maywon. Thank you so much. And I was laughing because some of when I say we got a breaking news and then people, you're not paying attention. So people here, they want to hear the breaking news so bad. They say, hey, Maywon. But you still not paying attention.
A lot of gossip.
I call you, I tested you, and I gave you all the sound. Stay. The people are so rushing to get the news. So the reason why I wanted Maywon to be on the call, like I gave the news and people still react. It is in response to the same thing we are talking here. We have told you that we have sources everywhere. And SKTV was just reliably informed. Now, actually, when we talk about the whole asset recovery being a witch hunt, that has been solidified by the information we just received. The Joseph Nima Boagai team, they had a meeting. Now they have decided to target certain people from the past government, and that they're going to start with George Weah himself. What they have just done, that idea that everybody that get foreign passport and this and that, everybody that get diplomatic passport and they want to seize people passport, this and that, all these things are coming on. They had a conversation. Now they have decided, Joseph Boakai already formed a team. He has already ordered the GST to start to audit the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs under George Weah government. The target is to get to George Weah. Is to get to McGill and to get to Len Eugene Nangbe. Len Eugene Nangbe was the one who took over when McGill left. Indirectly. He was not there. He was moved from Ministry of Information to Maritime, but those that had the president's ear was Eugene Nangbe and Samuel Toy. So now, soon and very soon, they will be announcing that the president has ordered or mandated the GSE to start to audit the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. That's what the news that we just got. That the meeting already happened, and they already made a decision. In fact, I was even told that some people from there watching and listening, that communication is supposed to come out today, this evening in Liberia there. So that maybe you get tomorrow morning, you'll see it. Perhaps because we are breaking the news now, maybe they will have to meet again and discuss. But the target, they're not the small fish. They're the big fish going to be targeted. And that will go directly to George Weah. And not to catch George Weah to put him to jail, but to take all the things from him. I don't mind. I've said this before. I don't mind the whole asset recovery process. I just want it to be done rightly, legally, without witch hunting. I can tell you right now, Monk, in Melbourne, George Weah is the target, and George Weah properties will be confiscated. I just wanted to give you that information right now.
So technically, the president is actually paying attention to SKTV.
Yes.
It's like he's taking the same approach, but he wanted to do it the opposite way before coming back to the right way.
Yes.
We told them from the beginning, you have two options in the asset recovery stuff. Carry on across the board.
Audit.
That's
Yes.
how you establish it. Because in asset declaration, they get something called identifying and tracing. Then you got to freeze and confiscate. So, and when you carry on this audit, if you believe that the local auditing agencies or watchdog institution are not credible, then include people from the international side, because assets could be domestic or international. People transfer money overseas. That's what we told them from day one. When you get the whole audit done, once you can identify your target, then the next thing is the code process to set up everything, because there are times in asset recovery that you can recover asset wrongfully, and there is a means to give it back. Let's say you came to carry on an audit and you mistakenly took Sekou property, but then the court say, you know what, Sekou was now found culpable of this crime you are trying to accuse him of. There is a method, there is a way you can give a property back. It's also done in the court. That's how you do it. But guess what? After they took the other approach, they are coming back to the same premise that SKTV left in the beginning. I want for a Bwaka to set a precedent with the Georgia presidency, because I believe that it was one of the most corrupt and abusive administration I've ever seen in recent times. There was no perfect administration in Liberia, but what I saw over the gone 6 years, I have never seen anything like that in terms of abuse and that reckless way of doing things. So we all cheerlead Joseph Bwaka on this, but know that the country is evenly split. We just from a half-fought election, and we don't want things spilling out of control when it comes to chaos and security. Just do the thing the right way, and we'll be here cheering you on. Carry on across the board audit. Why you cannot audit the very same legislature? Do you know? Let me tell you something, Sekou. You know, one thing they did a forecast in the budget. When you see the amount how those guys inflated and packed the budget before leaving office as compared to the current budget, you won't even believe the amount. They put money in it for themselves. It was almost like I keep saying, almost like the Chinese buffet style to go. You can just take anything. So people will say, yes, you know what? It was election year. They were trying to secure their re-election, so they had to finance the process. But no, that's not how you do the budget. You don't steer across the board with no remorse. So we all want Joseph Bwaka to do this thing, but senior man, we just want to do it the right way. And I think from this breaking news, we just want this thing to be across the board as well. Don't just target, because look, Sekou, you can make the case that you can go after Weah. Nobody's going to tell Joseph Bwaka how to run the government. But if you're going to start in such a manner, that the first thing, you remember when they called for three audit, I think it was the EPS and the NSA and some
NSA Central Bank.
Yeah, it's almost like you're creating a trend, because you look at the entire bureaucracy, the entire government, you targeting area where you think that the president, no, technically from my own observation, I would say it's a witch hunt, but we're still getting chance. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
Okay, so they already posted it to the website. I think it's about maybe an hour ago while we were on the show. So SKTV, I didn't even know this. One of them, informed us about it, that they had a meeting, the decision has been made that they're going to audit the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. And one good thing about this, auditing should have been the first step before even talking about this recovery. You audit. If you found reason to investigate, you investigate. If you found reason to prosecute, you prosecute. If people are found liable, anybody is found culpable. If you found that people actually acquire things unlawfully through the court system, through the judicial system, then you can go after them to recover what belongs to the government and to Liberia. Even though starting this audit with George Weah, the presidency, it may be good for a lot of people that don't like George Weah. It may be good for people who actually saw George Weah as corrupt president. But I don't know how the country is going to receive this, because the thing is, this whole audit or auditing, they shouldn't have been cherry picking. Shouldn't have been cherry picking. When the central bank sent a mixed signals about somebody not telling the truth, the next day the central bank was ordered to be audited. When they found out that there are people within the NSA that don't agree with this government, that are somehow giving some information to certain people, automatically the audit of the NSA was issued. Now, George Weah has started speaking. George Weah has started talking. And George Weah coming back. Whether he's coming back to be a kingmaker or coming back to run for president, we don't know. But George Weah is not going to go away anytime soon.
Sure.
Now, before you run your mouth to talk plenty, who can we audit you? Who can we audit you? But they just got to be very careful. I think it's a good thing to audit across the board. So, months before even we open the lands here, if Joseph Nima Boakai government decide to audit the past government, do you think they should go across the board, not just to audit the Ministry of State, but they should audit the entire government, including all three branches of government?
Across the board, for me, that would be the right approach. The reason I say across the board, whenever the budget comes from the executive, it goes through those lawmakers. Second, the people who, the framework of democracy, they were thinking into the future before coming up with the whole idea of democracy. There is a reason that the president is an individual and the lawmakers is a body. You got 103 of them. Those guys are also corrupt as well. If you really want to set, you can go about the court issue, going with the head, it makes sense. But the audit to establish the idea of rampant corruption, it got to be across the board. You cannot just start with the Ministry of State. Come on now. We know that you go into the president's office.
Yeah.
He's a big fish. But the idea, the methodology, it just doesn't seem right. It seems still like a witch hunt.
Yeah, it's still a witch hunt.
You announce an asset recovery thing before even talking about the court process. It's a witch hunt. Either way you do it, I could care less about how you choose to execute, but the premise you are setting, it suggests a witch hunt. And that's why you don't want to give people the impression that they think it's partisan witch hunt. Because even when you come to the 10-year position, you are still going against the very law and constitution and the code of conduct. You yourself keep violating them. So how do you go about doing the opposite? How? Man, I just hope they can be careful with this thing. because I know how that country is. I know-
Mong, you want to read it? You don't have, you're not in a good place.
What are you talking about?
The document, I mean, the announcement by the president on the executive mansion website.
Oh, I will check it back. I got a couple of minutes. Let me take some calls. I will read it.
Okay. Yeah, try to get it and read it. Hold on 1 second. In as much as we say we don't like to silence people or block people, we have certain limit. This person called themselves struck whatever the name is. We cannot use those words here. Yeah, the woman cause and man cause what you can be doing. This is not a platform for that. So this is your first time doing it. Don't repeat it again. If you do it again, then we will take you for safekeeping. Yeah, you can't do that here. This is a decent platform. We don't do all those nonsense. Oh, Lofa, you say you're tired. You ain't tired, yo. You just getting started. Credible Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
You are live on SKTV. Oh, what say you?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just going to walk you guys because you guys already touched base on it. You know, the guys that try, Mr. Boakai, President Boakai is trying very hard to change the narrative of Liberian thinking that there's a weak on there, not to carry on. Like you agree, Mr. Brother Siku, nobody against transparency. Nobody against the government for going for Liberians people money. But when you're doing it, you have to do it the right way. You can't come and go and just grab certain people because you feel like, you know, the law applies to them, but the other ones, including yourself, the law doesn't apply to you. That in itself is also creating another vacuum for others to come in and disparage everything that you're doing. Mr. Boakai is not serious. How can you go and put on the Minister of State for other Mr. Boakai? We are all against Mr. Weah, especially the way they ruled that country for 6 good years. You can't come and be doing these things. You are violating the same laws that you say you're not going to do. You are going against people, trying to call you for people passport and announcing it the wrong way, retracting statement back. In fact, in 60 days, you're still struggling with putting the right people in positions. So, what Mr. Boakai is doing? Let me Mr. Boakai said he's coming to rescue. Mr. Boakai said how many years he spent in the agriculture sector. He is veteran. He knows how to take Liberians from the over position. He knows how to feed the Liberian people. That is the lecture you read on. You come and just increase that particular budget agriculture by small tiny point. $1 million. So, Mr. Boakai explained with the Liberian people. And look, from the very beginning, Mr. Boakai already did. For me, I decided to remain mute as a CPB mayor, but the people are pushing us, and we will soon start coming out. Because this is nonsense, complete nonsense, Barry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So we will continue to take a few calls here while we wait for Mon to read that document for us. You know, sometimes Liberian situation can remind me of what, when younger, they used to tell us that, that when you tell a child there's a poo on the pumpkin and the child say, I'm going to bust it without even reaching, it's not going to affect the seed inside. Yeah, allow the child to bust the pumpkin. So it's like Liberian people are kind of like getting what they put in. Then Chairman Ben Savi is on the line. Mr. Chairman. Yeah, we can hear you. You are live. Yeah, but I think we're getting a feedback from your radio, whatever you have.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to put my earpiece on. why he was making that noise.
Okay, I think. Yeah, you're live.
Okay, I think. Okay, is it much better now?
Your voice still coming twice. It kind of like a no.
Your voice still coming twice. It kind of like a what about now? Is it much better now? Your voice still coming twice.
Yeah, I'm just hearing myself, but I can hear you. Just go ahead and talk. I don't know. Maybe they replace you. Replace you all.
Yeah, I'm just hearing. No, I'm just making sure. Okay. Just go ahead and talk. So I just wanted to say something quickly because I'm driving. Look, I think like everybody's saying there's no issue here, but look, I don't have a problem with audit. Look, audit don't mean necessarily audit is standard operating procedure in any responsible entity, organization, or society.
Yeah, remember, your voice is kind of repetitive. It's coming back and forth. Just call. Hang on and call back. Yeah, we're not hearing the chairman. I'm sorry. Let me see. We have another caller here. While we Chairman Ben have your call back. Yeah, caller. What is your name and where you calling from? 608.
Hey, this Lofa Julius. How you doing? Why you had to take my call after
Lofa Julius? You're not going nowhere. You waiting.
I think it's the form of segregation. You took Ben Sammy's call before my call.
Because Ben Sammy called before you. And besides that, Ben Sammy is a chairman, and you're not chairman.
I think I understand the segregation here
because you're not chairman. Yeah.
You see, that's the problem. You know what? I will protest. Whether you like it or not, I will protest.
But man, if you protest, we will audit you. We will audit you. We'll make sure we audit you.
Here's the issue, right? By the way, great show. I've been following.
Thank you.
My input here is simple. I don't think we are really serious for true governance. Any country that is ready for good governance would not make mockery of corruption. What we are experiencing or what we are listening to in Liberia today is a true act of mockery of corruption. I'm sorry I had to say this, but the reality here is this. Okay, so anywhere else in the world, people don't simply organize people who supported them during elections to be awarded opportunity in government because they supported them during elections. And I had a message in my box today. People say I target Martin Cully and Tamara Cunnan and Darius DeLorme. But I'm going to use this again to just emphasize on my consistent idea of what true government is and what governance, entails. The act of governance requires service, all right? It's service oriented. How in the world can you take a Martin Cully to serve as a member of an asset recovery team and then you think that this man possesses what it takes? Look, are we making mockery out of Liberia? To be honest with you, our Ghanaian colleagues, our brothers and sisters in Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria, they're laughing at us.
Yeah.
Let me be honest with you. You take somebody off Facebook simply because he sits and just write on Facebook, so it qualifies him to serve in that capacity. Do you even understand what it requires? Is it just a mockery of this situation or this system, or is it a matter of let us get people to where they will shut the damn mouth? Excuse me for the language, but it is the reality. Because we don't want them to come back and tell the public what they know about our entire campaign process and how things went wrong. Look, we are talking about people's lives. Siku, have you thought of just doing your own evaluation of the recent fire incident in Liberia? the recent fire incidents in Liberia is considered more like a pandemic.
Yep.
Okay? Lives of Liberians. And you don't see them prioritizing these things. Let's forget about the fire incident. Let's talk about the issue of electricity. Sekou, I bet you right now, if you were to turn off your electricity, you're not getting AC, you're not getting heat, you will not go for 2 hours. You go turn it right back on.
Yep.
You know why? Because your comfort matters. Why is it that we are treating our people the way? This is a man who told you, Sekou, during the campaign, agriculture was of much more concern to him. And can I ask you, why is it that funds were not allocated to agriculture programs so that we can start to produce our own food? Why is it that agriculture was not prioritized in the budget? You know why that was not the case? This man controls nothing about the government. All he's doing is serving as the face of the entire process, while other people are literally just running everything else. The same things we said about George Weah. And that's why I see some bunch of hypocrites, bunch of just gave me an opportunity, will sit on the various social media platforms and run their mouth continuously because they have no idea, or simply because they want to be given opportunity in government in Liberia. So they will say, "Oh, look at Hassan Fadiga." Let me say it again. Hassan Fadiga.
I mean, we got a chairman waiting. You're not complaining now.
No. You're not the chairman. Okay, let me just close on Hassan Fadiga.
Yeah.
Of all of the innovative thoughts that this brother has been through, because I understand having to work for the feds, to go back on and talk about you walk into Freeport to go do your own unannounced evaluation. You know what? Let me you know what? I want to be the chairman of SPTV so I can have that leverage to call.
My man, you want to come right now? I can send you the link so you can come take over.
He can be put in the back and then I can have the opportunity.
My man, even you be the CEO when Ben call, we'll take Ben call first. So that one on you. Ben, Chairman Ben. Oh, you saw the man? No. I haven't seen it. I've been on the show. Yeah. I see why.
But let me say this. First of all, Sekou, thank you. A great show. I've been riding on the road and been listening to the show, and I've been enjoying it.
Thank you.
But let me say this. You look, Sekou, the truth of the matter here is nobody is against audit. Audit, like I said, is a standard operating procedure for any responsible country, any responsible organization, or any responsible entity. The problem here is this is not about auditing the Liberian government. This is about smokescreen. That's all it is. This is about diversion of their attention. Look, have you seen the pattern, Sekou? You know, the party this government put its foot in its mouth. They come out with some kind of press release and now see some kind of audit. Haven't you seen the pattern since they took power?
Yeah.
Now, what is the noise today? Do you know the ambassador? Do you know the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador for war crimes, Ambassador Ben Shak, has written an open letter to Liberians? Have you seen the letter, Sekou?
No, not yet.
Okay, there's an open letter in the Americans and with the games that have been played by Joseph Boakai on the issue of war crimes. The other challenge they're also having, like look, you have electricity issues. Civil servants have not gotten paid. They have put out a budget that is anything but progressive. That budget is anything but progressive. Yes, you say you cut the president, the Ministry of State budget from 20 million to what is it, to 9 million. and you cut all these, you did all these cuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, Ministry of Finance budget is 172 million. NSA budget is 10 million. You are supposed to audit NSA. The
Yeah.
day you decommission the audit. You decommission the audit.
Well, you did?
Yeah, that's what he did. He decommissioned the audit. The man confused.
Yeah.
So will you be able to decommission the audit?
Look at it.
He decommission the audit because if people told him that way we supposed to get our lesson from. If we do audit too, how about we do our own? Seku, this is a joke.
Yeah, it is.
I'm telling you, I said it the other day. Say what you want to say about George Weah. Say what you want to say about George Weah. But in 3 months of George Weah presidency, back this time of George Weah presidency, he was dedicating projects.
Yeah.
He had done the Dole Community Road. He had intervened at the University of Liberia, announcing free tuition. He had done a bunch of things. He had a cabinet in place. He was not needing people and withdrawing them. Look at all the disgraceful thing they have done. This morning, go and listen to the OK show this morning with Clarence Jackson. We listen to what Brian Samoka did this morning, what he said this morning. They went and appointed my own friend and big brother, Ben Wama, who is a major in the Liberian army. Seku. This man is still a soldier in the army. Joseph Boakai appointed him as the Deputy Defense Minister for Administration. First of all,
Wow. Oh my God.
you have to retire somebody from the military
Mhm.
before they can serve in a civilian capacity. That's not only the issue, Seku. That's not only the issue. Let me explain to you. Ben Wama is a major, right? When you appoint somebody as Deputy Defense Minister or Defense Minister, that person has the potential to serve the civilian head of the military because the Minister of Defense is the civilian head of the army.
Mhm.
That's why when the Chief of Staff of the armed forces see the Defense Minister, the Chief of Staff salutes the Defense Minister because the Defense Minister represents the Commander-in-Chief.
Mhm.
So, if Ben Wama is the Deputy Defense Minister, and that's what Geraldine George Travel, who is the Acting Minister, right? Ben Wama will be the Acting Defense Minister.
Mhm.
Are you saying that people in the army who are of high ranks will be saluting Ben Wama? Look, and these are the people who are supposed to know about governance. These are the people. I can tell you, Seku, when Joseph Boakai came to the United States, I can tell you with impeccable stores, and I can go to bear on this. The Americans advised Joseph Boakai to not touch the military, the army, and the National Security Agency. They told him, leave those places intact. Because again, you won't find jobs for people.
Yeah.
You go and you unravel the whole thing. Look, this whole thing about audit. What about the audit? So can we also audit? But I want a CDC problem because they should have done it.
Yeah.
Right? When United Party put money in the budget every year for 3 years to renovate the executive mansion, is that going to include? Is that going to fall part of the Ministry of State audit because that money was under Ministry of State? Look, the president is peeing on our legs and he's telling us it's raining. But let me say this: you said it the other day, Seku, and everybody know it. Joseph Boakai is governing a country that is deeply divided. You do not have a political mandate, a solid political mandate to govern. If anything that appears to look like a wish hunt, like what Monk was saying earlier, you gotta be smart.
Mhm.
You gotta be smart when you're doing these things. This is not the time to be diverting. This is not the time to be diverting because you know what? You are making mistakes. Every time they make one mistake, they issue one press release, they issue one executive order. Look at the 2 executive orders Joseph Boakai issue. Look at it. On water and sewer, the clearance on water and sewer, and on race. It's identical to the executive order George Weah issue. The only change 6 words in it, and the only difference is that George Weah's signature was on his own, and Joseph Boakai's signature was on his own. Look at the current budget. If you read the front notes of this current budget, they admit that 2023 was a strong year economically. What is going on? What is going on?
Chairman Ben, while you stay here, let me say this. To agree with you, we have said this on SKTV and we'll continue to say it. President Joseph Ntima Boakai is not in control. And unfortunately, those who are in control, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what to do.
Yes.
Clueless when it comes to governance.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't be making these kinds of mistakes.
So let me tell you what happened today. Another disgraceful thing that happened. And I want you to go back and listen to that show. Clarence Jackson's show this morning. Clarence was so frustrated about this appointment from defense. He said, you know what? He started attacking Brani Samuka and the other guys around Joe Boakai. He said, how can Brani Samuka, who is the former Minister of Defense, be so close to Joseph Boakai and don't advise Joseph Boakai about doing this? He said, I'm going to call Brani Samuka on the spot and I'll put him on the spot. Clarence placed a call to Brani Samuka. You know what Brani Samuka said? Sekou? Brani Samuka said, Clarence, with all my experience, he said, you should know me better. I would have never, ever recommended the president make that kind of appointment. I have no knowledge of what happened.
Brani Samuka said that. He said that on air?
On the radio, people go on OKFM and listen to the first half of the morning rush. He said he had no knowledge of the appointment. It is totally wrong because it affects morale in the army. So listen, everything is going helter-skelter. They got Prince Johnson running down their neck, threatening them. They got all kinds of things going on. And this is what we warned about.
Yeah.
But you do not elect an 80-year-old man and expect him. Joseph Boakai said you can't give a man's job to a child. You can't give the job of the presidency of Liberia to an old man who, look, Joseph Boakai is like our grandfather.
Yeah.
This man is supposed to be enjoying his retirement, enjoying his benefits, living his nice life, but they put this man in this situation where they are embarrassing him because it is falling on his shoulders. It's falling on him. So I just wanted to contribute to say, I don't think anybody should be afraid of an audit. I don't think so. Look, in fact, I'm going to reach out to my friends in the CDC, right? Because we're all in the opposition and we are aligning, right? I think the CDC approach to this thing should be simple. We welcome the audit. We call for it to be transparent. But meanwhile, while you auditing, make sure you pay civil servant salary, please, because we're not going to divert from the attention that civil servants are not getting paid. Make sure you deal with the NEC situation. Make sure you deal with the pending inflation. Make sure you deal with the fact that all of these things are happening in the country and you are trying to scapegoat it, right? And make it appear like these things are not happening in the country. So you every single day, you're issuing these statements and you're issuing these audits. They also decommissioned the other audit. I'm telling you, they also decommissioned the other audit. You know the other audit you get. And my last thing on this thing about audit and asset recovery, Sekou, before I let the other people come in. Sekou, look at even in this country. Why the Fannie Willis? And the special prosecutor in the Trump case?
Yeah.
In the Georgia case? Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis was brought to, they went through a whole issue because of conflict of interest. Because the Trump team is saying that she is compromised, so she cannot preside over this case, right? What did the judge rule? The judge ruled that, yes, Fannie can only preside over the case if the other guy whatever the guy, I forgot the guy name, and he leaves the case because of conflict of interest. And the guy have left the case. Even the Fannie Willis issue, there are still issues that we have. How do you take a bunch of people, Edward Clark Martin Colley, all these people who are no political operatives? Look, if Joseph Boakai is serious about asset recovery, Sekou, me telling Gomlo to head the asset recovery thing, You know how many competent and trustworthy and credible Liberians in that country?
I swear to God.
Me, Kevin Gongo, probably Bali Warner, I can name 8 or 5 lawyers right now on the phone. People who are of impeccable character, not to say they don't have people in their character, but these are for Eric Lamati was just against was just removed from LSCC. He had a beef with the government. How do you expect the people? How do you expect people to take this process serious when you have no political operatives on Facebook writing things, and then you expect people to take this thing serious? So, man, this is going to be a long ride. We just need to buckle up. We need to buckle up. It's going to be a long ride.
It's going to be a very, very good ride, my brother. We are here, and we will make it. We will make it, comfortable for a lot of people, and also make it uncomfortable for some people. But we are here. We're not going to actually cave in. We're not going to give up. We're not going to actually bow down to the pressure and the attack and the insult. You already know we don't really care about who attacks us, who says what about us. We will always do our due diligence and present the fact to the Liberian people and care less about how people feel about it. But thank you, Ben. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you. I'm following. Thank you.
Okay. Monk, Monk, my man, what is going on, man?
Man, this thing is becoming an embarrassment, Sekou. I don't know. I said it from day one. Whether they think it's a capability issue, whether it's an age issue, the old man is not in control, and he's been proven repeatedly that he's not in control. Every action, every move since he came to office, it suggests that he's not in control. I mean, if he's not capable of getting this job done, you see, sometimes people think it's about politics. And Simon Freeman, like I keep telling you, all these political leaders, they watch the SKTV. The very same thing we've been saying, almost like Simon Freeman are quoting all war for war. That Joseph Boakai is not up to the task because any government, they hit the ground running from day one. Joseph Boakai hit the ground running dead. And that's why it seems like you can be vindictive. The thing is not about being vindictive. Whether you want to serve in the Ministry of State, whether you want to go after Georgia, we all want you to go after Georgia. But so we want you to do the right thing as well. It cannot be the way it's done. You keep the same scenario Benjamin Sandwich just spoke about. It's the same thing happened with Maya Gonkwe. You don't know who is who. And Yega Koluba said it right. You've been working in government for 40 years, but it seems like you don't understand nothing about government. I mean, having a job and leadership with Ben Sandwich from day one, that's two different things. But I don't know. It could be an age issue. It can be your underlying medical condition. I really don't know how to tell it because I cannot believe that Joseph Boakai will be making this kind of a rookie mistake. There is something I will expect from a George Weah.
Yeah.
There's a startup I will expect from a George Weah. But at this stage, it's like George Weah came to the president and said, even more prepared than you. So let the people call out, we hear from them, man.
Unfortunately, yeah. So Monique Eshion, the general say you wanted the number. The number is right there. That's 480-401-2081, or you can call the other number. Let me put both numbers. Let me actually pin both numbers. Yeah, so I think Monk, the funny thing is most of them are here watching, and I'm getting some text messages, but I mean we're not going to actually stop talking, and we will always enlighten the Liberian people. I think Lofa Julius just joined us to form part of this conversation. My man Lofa, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm not complaining. My only complaint, the reason why I came on here today is to start a fight. Because the fight that because I don't have a title as a chairman. You kept me in the back for 2 hours. I sat there patiently. I'm not a Liberian to not be impatient to get good government. But I sat there and listened to Ben Sanvi's expose. But on the real note, though, Ben's point literally highlighted a lot of things. And the only reason I came on here tonight is to display a couple of things to Liberians to hopefully understand what is going on. And I have access to both documents that Ben alluded to, but I'm challenging both your audience and the network. If you can provide to me, both documents, we will disclose to the public what Ben just spoke of when he said there were only few words that were discussed, because it's easy. Right here on this very platform, we'll just disclose to the public how it's easy to just disclose to the public that few words in these letters were just deleted and replaced. This is how bad Liberia is. But again, I'm not going to leave it on your network or the network. Let me not say your network, because this is our network as Liberia.
This is our network.
Right. I'm not going to leave it on the network to validate what was stated, right? What Ben stated. I'm going to ask anybody here on the platform as an audience member, because at least when you have it, you have done due diligence, you read it, and you know what it is. Send me both letter or send it to Sekou, and I will all upload both of them right here. I will share it so you can see the difference in it. Look, these guys are jokers. They're not ready for nothing. And the reason why I thought to put my face today is because I want people to know that the joke about Liberia transformation is not about rewarding people who just work for you. It's about the actual implementations of policies that benefit Liberians. All the nonsense you're talking about, you have rewarded people with jobs. You have done those things. Sekou, hey man, all of the jobs and idea of change, it only went to Honorable Boycott, friends and family who had no opportunity in government, and now they are being given the opportunity to serve. So we must create room for them. We must create room for them so that they can serve. I say these things, and the reason why I will continue to pound on key individuals is simple. And I like the fact that people will say you're jealous of young people in Liberia. I challenge Martin Colley to refuse that job and go get another job anywhere else, because the people in the position that he, Martin Colley, claimed were corrupt, because academically, all of their academic credentials were frauds. According to Martin Colley, I'm not saying my word, few people in there he claimed were academic fraudulent. What happened now? Oh, you
on the same team?
Oh, you wanted to work with the same fraudsters? Sekou, you and I know in your right mind, a drug dealer would never be your colleague. No. You may give him a ride to the next junction so he can take the bus, but he would not be the guy for you to hang out with. But Martin Colley, the self-proclaimed, man of integrity, is not willing to work with all of these individuals who he claimed were academic fraudsters. Do you guys really think that we are ready and willing to sit down? Look, Ghana is moving forward. Nigeria is moving forward. Why should we as Liberians continue to sit and be laughed at? This is why I'm upset. Somebody said, Lofa, why are you so upset? I'm always upset because the Nigerians and Ghanaians are laughing at me because they feel like if you can claim such level of understanding, and being bright, but my country is above you in everything else, you ain't nothing. So I'm upset because my government is not creating the avenue, the opportunity for Liberian to be a part of the forward movement of Liberia. And that's the reason why I say to myself, we must start to hold these individuals accountable, not this bluff. All I hear and see around the social media is bluff. Sekou, let me not hold you from taking calls from your callers, but the reality here is these individuals must serve Liberia and not the individual pockets. These people you're bringing on to fill their pockets with opportunities because they cannot do it outside of Liberia, and they understand and know the vulnerable parts of the government. They will use it to their opportunity, exploit the system. And that's what I'm mad about. So again, like I said, I'm waiting for anybody to send me those documents right here on this platform. I will show you the difference in both documents. I will not move from here and say that I will post it later though. We'll do it right here. I dare anybody on this platform, all 500 and some more members of this platform, send me those documents right now, and I'll show you where the loopholes are. What Ben Sanvi spoke about right here. I will not do it off the platform. I'll do it right here. If nobody can show it to me, I say, Sekou, thank you for having me on, brother. Thank you. This government is a bluff. All of their contribution, participant appointments, bluff. That's my contribution. Thank you for having me,
so Lofa, before we take a call, I want to say thank you for always, coming on SKTV to also provide some insight. We really,
stop saying thank you for having to come on SKTV.
No, but the thing is,
we are working for the Liberian people. It's not about
exactly. But the thing is,
if I left for you alone, I will not come on SKTV. You never go on any other platform, but I will not come. But because Liberian people are the people we work for.
That's not true. That's not true. How is that not going on any platform?
Sekou, leave that point alone.
Let me see me on other platforms.
Here.
Have you seen me on the closing argument?
Exactly. I like that part. I like that excuse from you. You know what?
But but guess what happened?
What
Ben Sanvi did to me? If you do the same thing to me, I will come there. Ben Sanvi can say, "You can't catch my man. You can't say, my man, I just send you the link. Come on." I said, "Well, how can you say, my man, just come? We need you. So, so anytime you're ready for me, just let me know." But the thing is, Lofa, let me tell you this: our people, we are so petty, and people kind of like take everything to heart. Every little thing. You and I have had disagreement before.
Oh yeah,
on number of issues, but it was then when we finished with it, we put it behind us and just move on. We brothers, but I don't like to step on people's foot because our people, they take everything serious and they're too petty and they keep grudges. That's the only reason why I'm kind of limited. That's all. I don't just want to hurt people,
right?
Because, let's say, for example, if it's me, if you come here, we'll just talk about whatever we say. I'm not going to take it, personal. I'm not going to take it against you, but some people will do that. So let's take a few calls while we stay here. Caller, what is your name and where you're calling from? 763 number.
Oh, yeah, hello, it's Mr. Roberts calling from Minnesota.
Robert calling from Minnesota. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, how are you, Sekou? How are you, Lofa? I just following the show, and I'm listening to everything that you guys are discussing. But one thing I want to say to Liberian government, no one can bully the United States of America. If you call on Alan White to discuss about war economic crimes court, and you got the Americans coming to Liberia to discuss about war crimes court, and you are not serious about war crimes court, I want Liberian people to understand the United Party government will have herself to be blamed. You can't bully people and walk away. If you're not prepared for war crimes court, don't bring people into it. Don't let the world know. Don't encourage them. Don't make them believe. And then at the end of the day, you act like you don't know that you call them to talk about war and economic crimes court. Another thing I would say to Mr. Bouakai, you cannot be in the middle and you want to fight China, you want to fight Russia, you want to fight America at the same time. Choose a friend. If you want to go against one group, choose a friend that you'll be with to go against the other people. You can't be going against Frank Johnson, going against George Weah, you can't do your fight like that. But I want to believe that people say, I don't think he's the one who will be under those things. Maybe those who are around him who don't know, they are the one taking chances. So that's just my take. Thank you very much.
That was short, well, it was pointed. So, Lofa and Monk, I want to ask you guys this question. If we don't have any more call, then maybe we can close on that. They are going all over the place. They are confusing themselves and in the process confusing everybody else, except for few people that pay attention. And I know we on this set right now, we pay attention. We know exactly what's going on. We are not afraid to say it. So with all the confusion, what is stopping Joseph Nima Bouakai from publishing the executive order that American people are aware of? They were the one that even made an announcement for us to know, for Liberians to be aware that there is an executive order, a draft executive order that's supposed to be published by the Liberian president. Why you think is holding Joseph Jima Boakai from publishing that executive order, and what could be the ramification should he fail to live up to the promise and agreement that he made with American people?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, secondly, the whole thing is, and I said it initially, and Benjamin and Ben Sanvi just came and summed it up. This whole thing is a bluff, it's a deception. They understand the attention span of the vast majority of people in Liberia. I keep telling you, everything in Liberia is done for political reason. It's being weaponized against the very same people that are the victims. Look, let me tell you something, Sekou. If Joseph Boakai actually had an executive order and all the signals or indication he gave to Alan White and the international community, but now he will have signed it. Now, he just come up with another statement about auditing. Look, it's about confusing the ordinary person. You are lost on the budget. You are lost on across the board audit. You are lost on the court process. You are lost on this money that got missing. I mean, the contradictory figure between Weah administration and the Boakai administration. They are just all over the place. So, how you think these people are going to make any progress here? It's just about confusing the Irish Liberian. At the end of the day, they aren't going to accomplish nothing. Joseph Boakai knows there is no political price to pay because he won't be on the ballot until May 29. As I said on the show countless occasions, Boakai presidency is a blessing and a curse. So he could care less. And I believe Joseph Boakai, the whole issue, we all know Boakai personally when it comes to being vindictive. This one is nothing but politics. I keep saying it, the presidency doesn't change anything about you. It actually reveal who you are. Joseph Boakai want to go after Georgia, and apparently the people within his circle just don't know how to go about Georgia. And I want for the government to go after Joshua and his cronies because I knew that they carry on they inflicted a lot of pain with Liberian people when it comes to stealing. But the question is, don't push the country over the cliff because you want to be vindictive, because you want to satisfy your partisan or create job from them. Don't abuse the constitution. The reason Joseph Boakai was selected or elected over any other political leader because people bought into this idea that he's the most experienced, he's Mr. Clean Hands, he has integrity. They call him integrity icon. Unfortunately, we said it from the beginning that, well, we can really litigate the election. The elections are over. Joseph Boakai does not represent any of the brand that was placed on him as a politician. And we're seeing it day after day. You can make the case that he was never competent. You can make the case that he was never ready for the job. You can make the case that it could be cognitive or age-related issue. But I know when it comes to leadership, and we saw it. Look, the best power Unity Party was Madam Saliva administration. Look at the people that follow Boakai and look at the people that operated in Madam Saliva administration.
Yeah.
Same party, but two distinct leadership characteristics and ability. You saw it with the CPP. You saw exactly what happened, even within the Unity Party. What made you think, with everything that you saw, that Joseph Boakai is able to turn things around and give you the result that you so desperately need? It would not happen. This whole thing, like what I said, Joseph Boakai, literally, I can emphatically say that Joseph Boakai came to arrest himself. So that whole acronym about arrest, because there is nothing I have seen in these past 60 days that would suggest something fundamentally will change in Liberia in order to make people's life better. I just don't see it. And everything is a flop. The budget, I told you from the beginning, I said when you go over the budget, just look at places where they put a lot of resources. Compensation. Can you imagine? Recurring expenditure for the government is 92%. Sekou, which country on the planet will allocate 92% of the entire budget to expenditure? Or recurring expenditure, and you spend less than 7.5% of the budget on capital investment. They call it public service investment initiative. The actual part of the budget that so improved the ordinary Liberian poor life. Only 7% allocated to them. The rest of it, mostly payroll. He paid himself. I told you about it. Analogy I used yesterday. It's like a man with 5 kids. He got a job, and every time he takes pay, he have no rainy day fund set aside. He's not investing in the children future. All he does is to tell his wife to cook different soup every day, and they can just eat. They just live to eat. That's what the government is all about.
You talking about us?
Saying that
living to eat.
Yeah, you live to
talking
eat.
about us.
That's what our government officials are doing.
Just be
They are
careful.
just feeding themselves.
I want to say be careful what you say. You're talking about us. because we love food.
Hold on, Lofa. Let me take this call and then we'll go to Lofa. I think this is a Ben from Minnesota. Benjamin Jonah, the high blood pressure talk show host. What's up, my man?
Yeah, thank you for the undercover edition.
Undercover edition.
Right. So there is something that my cousin said today. The guy who's leads the the asset recovery. He's my cousin. So as I said today, he said they will put up a list of people that will be going after. And I think that
really? He said that?
Yes, he said it. So, but I'm sure the way how I'm saying it out and the upper side of saying it out, they might stop that because that would be the end of all of this noise. Because we won't now if we can put on the list, which would be another good thing to also do. Now we can look at the list and see the caliber of people on that list. If the lists are full of nothing but all CDC, or maybe 90% CDC and 10% other people, then we know they're not serious. But if you have a balance of these criminals between both Unity Party and CDC, then we know that they are serious. So having that list up will help. But there's another thing, the letter that that lady wrote, the open letter, you need to read it. She is angry, but she's not saying it. All they are doing, they are telling the Liberian people to rise up against the Waka government. They say you should speak. They say it's your voice. So you stand up against them. Look, if you read that open letter,
if you have it, just send it to me. I'll read it.
We're reading. I mean, we really want this information.
Right. But they are giving directives to the Liberian people. They say, look, this is your thing. You gotta stand up against it. You gotta stand up. There's a lot of stuff she said in there. But anyway, thank you. Let me get back to Joseph Bagawu. I mean, agriculturalists put $1 million for agriculture. You know what can $5 million do for agriculture? Are you buying? How many tractors are you buying for Grand Kidman?
Yeah, nothing.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you before we even go to Joseph Bagawu. In America here, one farmer, if you have direct credit, the American government can give you up to $5 million. One farmer, one
Out of
farmer.
50 states. One.
Yeah, one farmer, not even one country. One state.
I can speak to that. I can speak to that lengthily because I was opportune to work for one of the biggest agriculture equipment provider, John Deere Credit. Look them up.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Look up John Deere Credit. And I served as a financial analyst, for John Deere Credit. And I know how much we took for people who were paying on equipment, and not just in the United States. The people in Canada. Look, sometime when I sat and just address issue with these people from Canada, and they are just mere farmers, and you see how excited they were. I don't want to cut Ben off. Let Ben. I just
Ben finished. He done.
Oh, he left already. Okay. That in the issue of agriculture, I was always intimidated by the fact that millionaires will come on the phone to pay their bills. We had two kinds of plants. We had the egg and we had the regular farmers, right? The eggs were people who were paying at least about $1 million or more, like the oldest. Sometimes these people will come on just on the phone, or they will email you and say, okay, I want to set up a payment arrangement for this date. I will call on this time, and this is our meeting time. And they will come on. They're not making no more than $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 towards their bills. I'm not saying $200 like some, or $50. We can't pay, we go late. When it comes to $25, we go late, then we got to pay late fees. I'm talking about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. These people would sit and they will give you, they're not giving you debit card, their bank account. You take that payment out of there, that payment goes towards their equipment. And sometimes you will have the opportunity to speak to these people. Their kids are lawyers. Their kids are medical doctors. And you would not believe it. I'm not saying hearsay. I'm not speaking from another person's perspective. I'm speaking from my own experience working with John Deere Credit. Anybody on here call John Deere Credit and give my government and said, Lofa Julius lie on Sekou Kane show till he work for y'all. Did you ever had any Lofa Julius? John Deere Credit. Don't call John Deere Credit or John Deere. Call John Deere Credit. They will tell you that's the banking aspect of the finances, the agriculture sector. And then they have the equipment or engineers, the guys that put together the equipment. They have the farmers. Sekou, if Honorable Joseph Boakai was serious about transforming Liberia agriculture sector, somebody say, you say, IT, man.
Hey, man, why you let the pay attention to people, man? They mean to
No, man,
distract
for
you.
real. Somebody say, you say, IT. No, but Sekou, you know what? Sometimes
It's okay.
people do lip picking, right? They will pick what you say in the room. Yes, but before I became anyway, Sekou, you're right. Let me just ignore that nonsense.
Yeah, just ignore that person, man.
You know what? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? You must focus on what you honestly want to achieve. Prioritize. Prioritize. Priority is where we speak to the issue when we discuss governance.
Yep.
Go to Wisconsin. Drive out of Wisconsin on your way to Iowa and see farmers. They have their little huts on the farm. But when they invite you to their homes, Sekou, your mouth is like, holy what? I had a co-worker of mine, and let me tell you a short story, Sekou. A co-worker of mine who worked for IBM, okay? And I would say his full name, the reason being because I have no fear. Brent Beecher. Look up the Beecher's family. Brent Beecher. When I started working with this young man, Brent's entire college tuition was paid off. We worked at IBM. We literally got hired together. I was wondering, I was like, he's Caucasian, by the way. I'm like, how did you pay it off? He's like, my parents paid it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, shh, I ain't about to go ask my parents about that.
Farmers are some of the richest people in this country. So.
Okay. But guess what? His parents started as farmers, and they own one of the biggest liquor chain in Dubuque, Iowa. This man and I walked into a car dealership. He paid. When I say cash, he did not give the people cash. He wrote a check to buy his Volkswagen. Brand new Volkswagen. Bought the Volkswagen, and we drove out of the parking lot. You know why? He saved his parents some. The money his parents gave him to use for assistance to all of his financial aid and other things, he saved it. He added it to pay for that Volkswagen. Turbocharged Volkswagen V8 going at the speed of, I don't want to. Look, the reason why Liberians would not appreciate themselves is simple. We're too damn jealous to see the reason to invest in other people. When Sekou is smart at broadcasting, let us empower Sekou to be innovative, to bring more idea. If Monk is good with business, okay, and numbers, let us bring Monk in and say, look in our sector, where and how can you impact these various sectors so that you can influence our growth? Okay? If we see people who are influential, in certain capacity, technology, anything. Bring them in. Bring the best and the brightest. But you know the reason why these guys will not do that? It's because they are intimidated and they are trying to protect themselves. Any one of you on here, let's be honest. Mark, I know for a fact, you did not at any point in time believe that Joseph Boakai would have been a good leader. I don't know about you, Sekou, because Joseph Boakai is your uncle. You probably had a little doubt. So you may have just thought that, okay, he probably would do something because you said you were skeptical. You wouldn't give him time. Now, less than 3 months into the process, you yourself, I can honestly say,
yeah, I think he threw in the towel already.
Yeah, you threw the towel in already. You said you gave up already. Sekou, let's be real to ourselves, man. We must be honest and we must move Liberia forward. The next generation of people cannot afford this level of calamity that Liberians are experiencing. If you cannot prioritize, you can't do anything in Liberia. Let's be honest about this. I know that politics play its part. The likes of Ben Sanvi and other people who are politicians, seasoned politicians, they have a way of coining their statements and presenting it in a way that you're comfortably accepting what is stated. But some of us who are not politicians, all we want is just an environment, okay, that is available for all Liberians to excel. An environment that provides opportunity for all of us. Unfortunately, that is not what is being provided. Honorable Joseph Boakai lied. He lied to the people of Liberia. His experience in government is not showing up. I personally, had I been elected as the president of Liberia, I probably would have done far better off than President Boakai is doing today. I challenge anybody to bet me on that. And I'm saying this with my face in the camera. I'm not actually like the more who wants to show his face. So I'm challenging.
I'm just
saying, Mark is my man. But on a real note,
yeah, he won't hit on me. And I used to go and show on camera live, but he want to hit on me.
No, but on a serious note, though, Monk, any one of us on here probably could have done far better off than Honorable Joseph Numa Boakai. His past 2 months, guys. Yeah. It's embarrassing for a man who spent 40 some more years in government, and you know. And I will not say this to be tribalist or in any form of man, but then why are we taking the people from the southeast out of it? When I mean, can you believe? I hate to say, I would not compare. You know what? I'm not going to say this because I hate to regret having to mention these statements. To compare President George Weah to President Joseph Boakai, can you believe? Whoever thought we would get to this point?
He's unbelievable.
Whoever thought we would get to this point? Let's be honest. No, let's be honest about it. Sekou, in your lifetime,
I never expected
on broadcasting, did you ever think that you will consider comparing President Joseph Boakai to President Joseph Numa Boakai? And the people in Liberia are now gradually trying to see that President Weah is far better off.
But Lofa, let me tell you this.
Let me just end on this, and you say, right? To sum it up, you know the guy who sat on a social media platform insulting women and calling their underparts. You name this man as a deputy LBS director or D-Flow.
Oh, D-Flow is the...
You consider
why you thought D-Flow all behind the thing?
You call D-Flow Liberia broadcasting. No, not just an ordinary broadcasting system. I understand if you were to say Sekou Kane broadcasting system, Lofa Julius broadcasting system amongst broadcasting, but Liberia broadcasting system for a man who insulted Liberian women, you the Liberia broadcasting system, then you brought Eugene Fangon. You think this government is serious? Yo, give me free burger to eat. I will refuse it. Go ahead, guys.
Let me say this. You know, you made mention of the fact that, you know, Joseph Boakai, the uncle and nephew thing between me and Joseph Boakai, that ended a long time ago when Joseph Boakai fell off. That time,
So you're not nephew no more?
No, because they threw me away. What happened when Jacob calling the guy who the main phone? They found out that this Pape and Sekou can talk at left at this level, and they saw the text messages, some voice recording. When they got to know what Sekou know this much, Sekou and the Ome can talk to this level, they took the phone from the Pape. The Pape not in control. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
But Sekou, the Pape that baby?
They're not baby. It does not baby in real life, but when it comes to control, the Pape that baby. You know, when our parents, when they got older, right? They take care of us when we're younger, when they are, you know, in good shape. But when they got older, we take care of them. They become babies. The Ome, that baby. I can tell you that. But let me tell you this, Lofa. Pape is not in control. And the Pape does not know what's going on. And unfortunately, people then that are in control, either they have no love for country. They believe the power they have right now, the opportunity they have right now, is when Joseph Boakai is in power. So they want to do everything and anything to get what they want to get. That's why they care less about the Supreme Court. They care less about anybody. All they care about right now to make sure they get the position they want so they can get rich and richer before Joseph Boakai either resign.
Yep.
Or Joseph Boakai leave power. That's all they care about. They don't
that's
care
the goal.
Even at the detriment of the Liberian people, they will care less. But anyway, it has been a very good conversation.
Yeah. Continue tomorrow. I think we'll continue the whole budget and the asset recovery stuff tomorrow because it's a very sensitive topic, including the 10-year position. We're not going to leave this. And the 100-day deliverable, we got it on file. We got it saved on a hard drive because the last time I checked, $21 million was allocated for the so-called Joseph Boakai 100-day initiative. So we will go over those initiated. I mean, that 100-day plan. We will go over them one by one at the very end of the 100-day period because you know what? We are not just going to be talking on stuff. We're going to talk on the one that's more important, the one that poses the bigger risks to the stability of Liberia. And that's the path Joseph Boakai and his crew are embarking on. We want them to...
and to close, those people who say, oh, you're sleeping. Well, you're not paying attention. Guess, let me tell you something. When the nomination was going on, I said it publicly. There are few people, if I see those names in Joseph Boakai government, that will be an indication that Joseph Boakai is a failure and he's still a joke. The day I saw Eugene Fangon was appointed, I didn't care anymore to look at the people that be appointed in Joseph Boakai government.
Yeah, Eugene Fangon.
I feel like even Prophet Key should be appointed too.
But if you can appoint default, then you can different Prophet Key.
He can appoint. So the likes of that guy you're calling his name just now, D-Flow, that one is the biggest joke I ever seen in my life. Today he will cry on camera for Jowia. The next day when you be sorting Jowia because he want to Liberia, he didn't get a job. Jowia didn't give him a job. He came by and started sorting Jowia. That guy can cause woman, cause the other Prophet Key. If you can give that man a job, why you can give Prophet Key a job? If they seem really, they refuse to get up paper with the OPT, you know, the way they used to get OPT before. Before the Salala gate. They refuse to get up that job, they say, because the man took a call over cost.
Yeah.
Why did they couldn't get to prosecute you? And they get to that guy. So, to be honest with you, I don't really care about anybody being appointed in Joseph Boakai government anymore because I don't expect any good. I saw some names. I saw some names appointed in certain position. I gave up. So since that time, my focus now is how they're going to govern, and they are not doing any good either. They have no focus. They have no priorities. So in terms of people being appointed, And to say that the government is total joke, I already, I've already concluded on that.
So,
The
so,
fact
so,
that-
Sekou, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hypothetical situation, right?
Mhm.
You're Sekou kind of, and you cannot swim. You went to the lake. A young man jumped in the lake. He himself knew that he could not swim, and then he started to drown. Will you just walk away and say, because I knew I could not swim, and this guy knew he could not swim, I warned him, so you would not call for assistance to make sure that he's safe? Instead, you walk away and say, well, we both knew we couldn't swim, and he knew it. He chose to get in the lake or the river. You would just walk away, or you will call for support for this young man to hopefully save his life. What would you do?
I will call for help to help him. I will not jump there myself so that other two can drown, but I will call somebody to help him.
This is where Liberia is.
Mhm.
This is exactly where Liberia is right now. We are at a point where, and I'm agreeing with you to some extent, where
No.
the
I don't care. I don't care about who he appoints. Anyone,
Uh-huh.
I think I appoint
What those
even,
who
even the less
Sekou,
efficient.
Sekou,
Because
those who he appoints,
good. In terms
but
of appointment.
Sekou, those who he appoints are the ones running the day-to-day activities of the government.
That's what they're doing anyway.
It is not Honorable Boycott that is running the actual affairs of the government. He's the face. Like we told people during the elections, Honorable Boycott face was put on the placards to simply appeal to the people because they were trying to buy into the sympathy of Liberians. It was not based on his capability. It was not based on his ability to do it. The people sympathized with this man because he served in government for 40 some more years, and they felt like they needed to reward him. The same thing they did to Charles Taylor, for the fact that Charles Taylor came and he sacrificed himself to some extent, so they felt like they needed to reward him, Madam Solif and other people. Okay, this is where we are. So should we simply walk away from the situation in Liberia? I must admonish the fact that you come on here every day and try to educate our people on some of the things that some of us don't know about. So as we learn from you, we continue to propagate the message of transparency and transformation. I will tell you in my closing statement, and I would not have to close again, I would say good night to your audience and yourself, but of course to my brother Mark. Look, if Amara Khan, the man who claimed to be the transparency guru, is yet to publish and disclose his assets to the public, it tells you how bad Liberia is. This is a man who promised Liberian I challenge this network. I said, if Amara Khan declare and publish his assets. Conan, okay, Conan, right?
Yeah, Conan.
You see, not even you say you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed to be
No,
associated
I'm
with
not
Conan.
my brother, but
Yeah, but you're embarrassed to be associated with him at this point.
No, not my
Alright,
brother, but
alright,
it's Conan. You're not Conan.
all right, Conan. All right, Amara Conan. Conan,
Yes.
is that the right pronunciation?
Yeah. It's
Amara Conan. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm sorry for the mispronunciation.
It's
Amara
okay.
Conan literally has shown to us that we cannot believe in people who play the role of transparency. And I challenge this network again. Sekou, maybe I shouldn't challenge the network. I should challenge you as the CEO and owner of this network. The Sekou Conan Network Television. If Amara Conan declare and publish his assets, I will donate $50 every month to any charity organization of his choice. All he got to say is, this organization is the organization I picked to be beneficiary of your kind gesture. And every month it will come direct. Matter of fact, you will be the mediator. I will send it to you,
For how long?
Conan,
For
for
how long?
you to donate it.
Is it for how long? For how long?
Until Amara Conan is out of office.
For 9 years?
Not what that
Wow.
fire coming out of my mouth.
No.
Until Amara Conan is until he's out of office. 9 years, $50 every month. I will donate to any institution of his choice. I'm saying this, and it will come to you. And if I don't live up to my promise, you all can expose me and disgrace me publicly. Let him declare and publish his assets in this public meeting, just like I'm talking to you. I said it before 2 weeks ago, I believe. Here we are 2 weeks later, and again, I'm just literally stating what I said earlier. I dare him. I dare American. But anyway, let me clarify that it's not Conan, but Conan. K with a K-O, not Conan.
Exactly.
I'm sorry I mispronounced. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even though we say we are leaving now, Mr. Mawulu just called and he's going to say something. Mr. Mawulu, 30 seconds. We got to go, please.
Yeah, hello, Sekou. Listen, since I left Liberia, I decided to go on a personal sabbatical from this Liberian politics. But what's happening to the country? Like Monk always says, Liberian people are now victims. They are accomplices. And so I'm not sorry for them. These people, we told them everything that's happening, they swear it was that, even though they knew it was true. No, sir. I don't want you giving no excuse for this about that. Even if people didn't say that he got 45-year experience or he got 40-year experience, we all know this man be in government forever. I mean, I don't think a messenger will make the kind of mistake he's making. And if he's not in charge, who cares? You took on a job. If I was looking for a driver to employ, and you came and you say you're a driver, I check your driver license, everything you got, and then I gave you my car, you took it and gave it to your son, I don't give a damn who you give it to. My car's for you responsible. Joseph Boyka is responsible for what is happening to Liberia. No matter try to get him off the whole, he's not in charge. People who put him in charge? He did. So he must have known that they were capable. And if he didn't, that's a problem. But nobody will get any excuse for Joseph Boyka. He got enough experience to know what the government should be. And even if he's not physically fit to go there, that brought people responsible. But he didn't ask the necessary questions. And he's not doing that either. So nobody must talk about, he's not in charge. He's in charge.
All right. Thank you.
He is responsible.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mawulu. Thank you. Buba, unless you have something else to say, we gotta call it a night. Ahmed, thank you so much.
Honestly, I got nothing else to say.
Thank you. We're gonna try to call Amara and show that maybe he can even direct that money to SKTV so we can get that money monthly.
You see?
Yeah. Because I can call him right after the show.
No, but Sekou, on a real note though, think about it though. The work that
let him as a declare as a public so the local can send that money to all, and I will tell some of your point to be collecting that money every month.
No, every month we set up a public fund where it will come to you because I trust you. You're not gonna mess with it because you mess with it, you now come publicly. I will get into it. I ain't worried about that part. I ain't worried about that part. But if it was meant, if he declared publicly to say, I want the funds that Lo-Fi Julius.
So that $100 a month now.
See, somebody add another $50 to it. So you got $100 a month that will come. And if that person don't pay the only 50, I'll go after them. So now you have a tax literally in front of you. We're not saying we are deciding who or where the funds go. We consider SKTV a humanitarian organization to some extent because you guys are doing work that is in the best interest of Liberian. So if he were to come on here and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to declare my asset and publish it tomorrow. I want the fund to be donated to SKTV every month. The $50 should go to whoever, Moses or Amara or Sekou Kone. We will come here. We will make the donation. And then you keep your record. At any point in time when we fall short, come out and disgrace us with our big mouth and all our plenty talking we'll be doing. Disgrace us. That's how we'll face Liberia. But I again say, I challenge American with everything in me, every breath in me. If that man declare and disclose his asset to the public, publish it. Don't you ever call me Lo-Fi Julius. And that's why I feel comfortable doing it every morning.
What if I tell you, I'm not going to listen and you want to talk to him directly? Just in 30 seconds.
I want to talk to him. Seriously, I don't want to talk.
You're going to come and talk to him right now. I'm assuming that he's watching.
Here's my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
My cousin, my late cousin, Marcus Soko, who served as the Liberian.
Hold on. Somebody said it was $200.
Okay, so now another $200. There you go. Somebody added $200.
That's $300 a month.
Every month. The $200 plus, so you got $400 coming to you every month. Okay, just from this bet that I'm giving you right now. Look, when I visited Liberia, I had an opportunity to sit with my brother. Okay, my cousin, who said, somebody said, why cousin and brother? He's my first cousin, and I reference him as my brother because we were closely related. But here's what I'm saying. I was opportune to speak with President George Weah, and I refused. Just like I'm telling you, I don't want to speak with Amara Cunning. All I want him to do, let Mr. Cunning do the right thing.
No, Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying, somebody watching you right now, want to speak to them directly, want to tell them something directly, not to exchange word, but just to speak to them directly so they can hear from you live. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, I mean, he been listening, and I'm pretty sure he benefited from what is posed. All I'm asking of him, I'm not asking, I'm challenging Amara Cunning. And I want to pronounce the name right so I don't come across being ignorant to the name pronunciation. Amara Cunning. I challenge you to declare and publish your assets. All right. If this is done within the next month, I will give him initially, it started in February. Now we literally in March. Let's go to April, the end of April. If Amara Cunning is to declare and publish his asset before the end of April, I, Lo-Fi Julius, and other people who have declared the intention to support this idea of asset declaration will give every month to SKTV to donate to any non-governmental institution that amount of money. That's the challenge. It's not that hard. Let him just go and do it. Let's see whether he would do it.
All right. No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it, brother.
People, thank you so much. We had a very, 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 fruitful conversation today. I want to say thank you to all of you for following. And for all of your, pledging and all the thing that you're doing, let me make sure that you send us some money today or not. Lola, nobody sent us anything today. This part, everybody's saying this was one of the best shows. But tomorrow, Friday, maybe people will help us with some stuff tomorrow. But I want to say thank you to all of you for your time. You're making sure. Okay. Nothing there, but thank you. Something will be there the next time. I want to say thank you to all of you for your time. We appreciate you. And Friday, we'll do something on Friday. I know. Thank you so much, as always. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think Honorable Yaka Kolba will be here tomorrow. On Saturday, Honorable Safelojo will be here. And then on Sunday, Lola Chemi Musa Belete will be here. On Monday, we're trying to get to the minister if you're going to be here on Monday. We'll try our best. Thank you so much.